Everybody good? Everybody decent?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where'd you get those socks?
My mom got them for me.
I'm an adventure man.
My mom got them for me that says, I'm an adventure man.
That's cute.
I'm 37 years old.
Where'd you find them?
I don't know.
Sick, dude.
That is pretty cool. I wish my mom got me cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day.
Maybe.
Hello and welcome to another episode of SoFly.
Best SoFly cold open ever. Oh, Mitch.
Yum.
What a great mug you're drinking out of.
Thanks, man. I got my chum's 40-year anniversary mug. I think we all do, actually.
Yep.
As well as our coolers and our sweet hats.
This is a super ergonomic handle. I really like this.
Leave it up to the Japanese.
Yeah, the Japanese design.
Like I couldn't
This
drop this
Japanese
if I
design.
tried.
No, it's great.
Like, try and wrestle it out of my hand right now.
I know, it's really sweet. And if you're watching on YouTube,
Okay, I'm
you
here,
can
I'm
see
coming.
our mugs. Chum's 40th anniversary mugs. They're sweet. Thank you, Chums, for sending us this fine stuff. We're here recording another episode, and this is, of course, live on not location, but we're on a location because we're in Ida's and my backyard.
So are we on location or are we just at home?
We're just at home, I guess. You guys are on location.
You're on
Yeah, Yilma and I are on location.
We're on
yeah.
location.
Sick.
So if you hear buses going by, like you might hear every once in a while, it's because we're right on the street here. And so
Downtown Toronto.
we should have recorded this on the front lawn. Just got
Yeah,
people going by
on
and
the
just
porch.
ask them questions.
That's
next time.
really specific.
Hey, would you like to talk about fly fishing?
Yeah, that's like, leave me alone. Oh my God, Jesus
What
Christ.
kind of fly would you be?
Don't talk to strangers in Toronto. But yeah, here we are recording another episode. This is the Elk Lake Wilderness Resort episode, which we had a fun time up at a place we really love.
Yeah, you three had a fun time, that's for sure.
Yeah, you didn't have fun?
What the
first
hell
day.
does that mean, dude?
I wasn't there the first day.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Oh, well, the
God,
first
well,
one, we'll talk
okay.
about that.
You weren't
Okay.
there?
No.
We were...
I don't remember much, buddy.
Look at those sunglasses. Just looks like he's friggin'
He's still high.
Hunter S. Thompson.
These are
and,
surprise sunglasses.
You do look like Hunter S. Thompson.
from the socks to the shorts to those yellow
You
sunglasses.
look completely insane.
Someone give me a burger and some pineapple.
Yeah, well,
Also,
there you
your
go.
shirt is the same color as the... If you're watching this on YouTube, Adis looks like he's part of the chair. Your shirt is the exact same color as
You
your
know,
chair.
when I grow up, I just want to be a chair.
Honestly, your fit is giving 2008 neon party vibes.
Nice. I like that.
I love that. Actually, everybody's fit's looking pretty fucking tight today, boys.
Thanks.
Nice work. Nice work, everyone.
It's summer. It's summer.
It's summer.
Summer.
Much like a mayfly emerging out of its casing to fly away into one spectacular evening, summer is here in Canada.
And it's great.
Wow, that was fucking.
And you can
wow.
actually maybe even hear birds chirping in
It's
the
here-
background.
yeah,
John
yeah.
Garrick, everyone.
Everybody shut up. Just shut up.
There's ducking on.
One single bird.
It tries to cut all the thing. But I'll tell you that we're sitting under our beautiful tree here. What kind of tree is this, Idis?
Maple.
Oh.
It is. Wow, how fitting. Oh,
Well,
Canada.
we're sitting under the maple tree, enjoying the leaves and the sunshine on this glorious
Wine
Tuesday?
grapes behind
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Give this a watch on YouTube because you'll see us. But also, if you're just listening on Spotify or iTunes or whatever, that's great. We're gonna get into a fantastic program for you. Program.
No, go with it, man.
We're
That
gonna
was great.
talk about because so the original plan was to record this on location at Elk Lake Wilderness Resort, but I got a little cold, so I had to leave early.
He had a fever.
I know. I was feeling on the last day. Well, it wouldn't be a fishing trip if I didn't get sick, is what I'm starting to learn.
It's a good tradition. It's a really good tradition.
Luckily, we're only 6 hours away, or 5 actually, 5.5, 40 minutes away from Toronto. It's not far to Elk Lake Wilderness Resort. So I just kind of boogied back, and then we didn't record the show. But we're recording it now, and we're together in person, having some good lot Pilsner. Got a couple of pints here.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. Yeah,
Yeah.
Phil, actually a good story, like they're on the Credit River pretty much, close enough anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They're hosting a party on June 11th, so if you have tickets, because it was a ticketed thing,
Yep.
screening some Patagonia films under the stars at the brewery, which is going to be really cool.
Oh, that's super
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, and Yilma and I will be there because on the 11th, Mitch and Idis will also be with Matt Martin
Yeah.
at the Smooth River Academy.
That's
so
right.
Matt
Yeah.
is running intro fly fishing courses and also intermediate fly fishing courses. And I think there's a few spots left.
Oh.
So if you're listening to this, go to smoothriver.ca
Yeah, I think that's his
Or is it
website. But,
smoothriverguiding.ca? Sorry, Matt.
Just
or on Instagram.
look it up on the internet.
Well, we'll
We'll
look
put
it
it
up
in the show notes.
We'll put it in the show
find
notes.
it.
We'll look it up
And if
right
you,
now.
if you're listening to this for the first time, you want, hey, I want to learn how to fly fish. Do
Yeah.
it. And if you want to up your skills, yeah.
Another
Or
good
if you've got
opportunity.
tickets, me and Yilma will see you on the 11th because that's gonna be really fun too.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks Phil for the beer.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to Lady Evelyn. And
Oh yeah.
if you guys see Good Lot in the LCBO or
Buy
a
it.
restaurant, buy it because it's delicious.
Buy
I love
all
you,
of it.
Phil.
Buy every single can.
Smoothriver.ca is
There
where
we
you
go.
can sign up for
Smoothriver.ca.
Both.
Matt's course, which we'll be helping at.
Also, if you ever meet Phil, he kind of like he gives Richard Branson vibes. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah?
super cool
Yeah.
and like successful and like just like really interesting.
Relaxed. Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, we're like, what's the key to success, Phil? He's like, I don't know, being chill. And you're like, okay, true.
Thanks, man. Thanks. That's cool.
It's a pretty good point, you know? I mean, hey, damn, Phil. Is he planning on going to Mars anytime soon or like doing space trips with people?
Probably.
Is he gonna send beer to space?
Or is he in Mars right now?
Oh man,
or are we on Mars?
imagine.
My whole life's a lie.
I'm very anxious right now. I feel like I'm gonna fall with this chair.
You probably will.
Yep.
You probably will. Just accept it and move on.
Yeah,
And it-
man.
Okay, if you're watching YouTube, I may fall.
You
It's
can't.
gonna.
But you could say that literally all the time.
Yeah,
You might
Good.
fall anytime.
this is very true.
You know what I mean? You can't control things.
Can't.
Stop trying.
Yeah, that's true.
Accept your fate.
Talking about falling, this is falling off topic. Big
Perfect
time.
segue.
Perfect segue. You're welcome.
Thank you. Into how we.
Fell into this trip.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
there we go. 3
I
points.
mean, we didn't really. So Elk Lake Wilderness Resort is a fine establishment. We first went to in 2018. 2018. It was our first trip ever, actually, for SoFly.
Dog, I think it might be 2017. No, 2018.
Yeah, because it was our first trip ever, right before we went to the Attawapiskat.
That's right.
This is correct.
And so the first time we recorded an episode at Elk Lake Wilderness Resort
Shout out to Gab.
was that. Yeah, Gab was there
Oh, yeah,
and
Gabathy.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Just
actually,
like Gabathy.
Gabathy Bizou Riges.
it's cool because we recorded that episode in Cabin 6, which is the cabin we stayed in this time around. So it was sort of like back after many years, actually.
Yep.
Elk Lake Wilderness Resort, of course, was owned prior by a lovely couple, Roger and
Mary Jo.
Mary Jo, and they became friends of ours. And so we went back a couple times, and if you listen to the show regularly, you've heard those episodes.
Maybe you've even seen the videos.
Maybe even seen the videos, and we got more videos coming out, of course. So keep an eye out for that. But we went back because they have new owners up at the lodge, up at the resort, and those owners are
Mallory and Jason.
fantastic people as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of keen to meet us because, like, of course, we, like I said, had become friends with Roger and Mary Jo. And
And a little bit of an update. Roger is now the mayor
Yeah.
of Elk Lake, Ontario.
And just as a recap for everybody listening, like Roger and Mary Jo, like they kind of just were like, they're serial changers is what they call themselves. They like to do many different things, and they decided to buy this resort, this fishing lodge, but they're from like Hamilton, and so they made the move up to Elk Lake. and-
Roger was the fire chief at one time.
that's right,
In
like,
Hamilton?
yeah.
Oh man.
So they there's a squirrel behind me. Hello. I hope that'd be really good if there was a squirrel attack. We'll talk about ratings.
They have a squirrel house right over there.
Oh.
They build squirrel houses.
Anything
next
could
door.
happen. Really?
Honestly, our backyard is like a little jungle here. Anyways, so they moved from Hamilton to Elk Lake Wilderness Resort, bought this resort, this lodge, basically like trying this new thing, and then did a great job, and then ended up building a house in Elk Lake, selling the lodge, and now Roger is the mayor of the town that they
So
sort of
awesome.
Yeah.
they just descended upon years ago
Yeah.
as just like maybe we'll try this. Now he runs the town.
It was funny. We were driving
love
through, because you have to actually drive through Elk Lake to get to the Lady Evelyn from Temagami.
Mhm.
And we were driving through in the shuttle bus, and Yilma and I are looking at the election signs, and we're like, Roger Donaldson. I was like, there's only one Roger. There's only one that we know. And so I texted him. I was like, Roger, are you running for mayor? And he's like, hell yeah, brother. And we were like, well, you've got our vote. Not that we could vote, but
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
I would have voted for him.
Yeah,
Me
he's
too.
I would
like
have
the
voted for
nicest-
those dogs, man.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
oh
All the
yeah.
dogs. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny that Elk Lake and the town and the area certainly left an imprint on them, and it's a pretty special place, and it left an imprint on us as well because we've been back now 3 times, 4 times, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah,
But,
we did the initial trip. We did the failure Aurora trout trip.
mhm.
Then we went back a couple years ago with Idis.
Yeah.
And we did the Montreal
That's right.
River.
Yep.
And then we just
And Andy too.
and Andy.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And
So-
then and then with the trip we just did. So yeah, 4 trips total.
Boof.
So, it's a cool place. And so, yeah, when the opportunity came up to go back and do something a little different, which was rent some ATV, power sports, and drive into some backwood areas in search of all kinds of fish.
Yes,
How
sir.
could we, 4 capable lads, say no to an opportune like that?
I mean, who would say no to that? You're ticking all the boxes.
Whom would say no?
Dude.
You're ticking
As
all
soon
the
as
boxes.
all those like ATVs, I'm like, yep.
ATVs,
Are you kidding me?
fishing.
You are
Come
an
on now.
ATV.
Oh my God.
Now
So
I-
fun.
Now I know why people enjoy riding them.
They're so fun.
They're so.
Yeah.
You know what? I realized, kids, there's a hum. Obviously, the engine hum. All you do is hear that, and you're driving for a while, and you zone out to this hum, and then you wake up, and you're like, oh, fuck.
It's peaceful.
It's so
Weirdly,
peaceful.
because it's a
Yeah.
loud internal combustion engine
Yeah.
ripping through peaceful scenic places, but the ride is peaceful.
As opposed to an external combustion engine.
Yes, I
Much
suppose
more
it's
dangerous.
like people that get peace from monster trucks. It's a similar
Sure, yeah,
vibe,
yeah.
I often find I get peace from monster trucks.
Yeah, Gravedigger really
Rock and roll,
puts me
brother.
to sleep.
But yeah, so anyways, that was kind of the thing. It was like, hey, maybe we should go up there and do this off-road adventure into the backwoods, find some fish, and of course meet new people around in Elk Lake Wilderness, and just enjoy Elk Lake.
It was an adventure. This was adventurous.
It was
Definitely
Yeah, big
adventurous.
time.
especially those first couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Should we?
Which we'll get into.
Which we'll get into. Maybe quickly a little 411 on the area and the lodge.
Take it away.
Go.
Oh, me?
Yeah, go right now.
Can I dial first?
What? Yeah.
Doot, doot, doot.
That's you almost 411 sound.
Wow, that was sick.
That was amazing.
That should be a new segment.
Of Yilma's 411. Beep, boop.
Hello, 411.
Elk Lake, Ontario, is
Yeah.
located in a region called Temiskaming, just north of Temiskaming Shores, 5.5 hours north. Elk Lake Wilderness Resort is located on the Montreal River. Hey, Yilma?
Correct.
And it's got a series of cabins, mainly 2 and 3 bedroom cabins. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
And one honeymoon suite, which we saw.
Oh,
Whoa.
Which they redid. You didn't get to see that.
Cabin
Mitch.
5.
Yeah,
Oh,
cabin 5.
gorgeous.
It's
Super
gorgeous. It's a 1-bedroom plus loft.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the photos. It looks sick.
It
It's all
look-
wood,
yeah.
pine and stuff.
Yeah. Snack loft. It's just for snacks.
A
That's
little
where that
yeah.
couple was staying.
aside, it kind of reminds me of Birchland a little bit.
Yeah.
It kind of had that vibe.
It had a
from the
Birchland
photos.
vibe, yeah. So they're right on the water.
Nice.
Tons of amenities.
Yeah.
They are busier in the winter somehow than the summer, but
'Cause
we'll get to that
sledding
because
is
it
so
makes
big, right?
sense. Yeah, sledding's so
Yeah.
big, and they actually have fuel. This place is just convenience.
Yeah.
You can drive to it. It has fuel on site.
Yep.
There's a gas pump. So if you need to fuel ATVs or sleds, or in an emergency, your car or
your boat.
jerrycan or your boat, very easy to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And Mallory and Jason have taken up the American Plan execution there, which means if you want to, you can just unplug your brain and they take care of all the meals.
Yep.
You get there, we got there, our fridge was like stocked
Oh,
with
yeah.
breakfast
Yeah,
stuff.
big
And
time.
lunches
We're
for the
talking
next
bread,
day.
we're talking eggs, we're talking
Hash
like
browns.
ooh,
Female bacon.
Bacon,
Sausages.
ketchup,
Orange juice.
OJ,
Milk.
yeah. And then your lunches are packed for you for the next day because you don't know where you're going.
And that's such a cool vibe, when you
Yeah.
roll up and the owners are just like,
Fridge is
welcome.
full.
Fridge is ready for you. Lunches are packed in nice little boxes.
Yeah.
Have fun tomorrow. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
It really.
And
it really is
what time
nice.
do you want dinner?
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
It's so cool. It can't be understated how cool it is and how easy it is. Like it is the drive up thing. Like you just pull up to the cabin in your car.
Yeah.
It's not a hard drive from
No.
pretty much anywhere and anywhere.
And you literally
Very
park
easy
next
from
to the cabin.
very
You park
easy from
next to the
Ottawa
cabin.
too because
Yeah.
you connect in North Bay.
Hey, staff.
Hey, Steph.
Hi, Steph.
Yeah. Just getting home from work. Welcome home.
Bye.
Just in the yard doing
Bye.
a podcast.
Bye,
honey.
Steph.
I'll be home in a couple hours.
and yeah, it's sick. And you're right on the Montreal River, and
Yeah.
there's a ton of back lakes and stuff that you can explore, and the Montreal River itself, which is a pretty big river.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, Mitch, we could paddle to our parents' place in Ottawa if
Pretty
we really
cool.
wanted to from the Montreal River with
Do
a
you-
couple
do you
portages
want
in
to?
between.
Mhm.
Maybe one time that would be a really cool. Or no, that way. I was just
Yeah.
thinking of the flow of the river. I was like, we can go the other way. No, no.
It's a big river.
Yeah.
But it is really nice to be able to just like pull in,
Mhm.
park literally next to the
Mhm.
cabin,
Mhm.
get in, everything's ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know we've said that every episode about Elk Lake, but it's so sick.
It's so
Yeah,
sick.
it really
and it's
is.
like if you're from
and if you need a
anywhere,
boat, they
but-
got boats.
Yeah.
like Lunds and great legends. And
They got Starlink now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Starlink now too.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is busting.
The Wi-Fi was
You want to
very
talk
good.
work from home? Talk about work from cabin.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely,
true.
absolutely.
I'd go work there right now.
You could write the next great Canadian novel.
You should. You absolutely should.
Why not? It's a beautiful place.
No.
And yeah, exactly. So, and Elk Lake itself is a small little town. There's not much in Elk Lake by way of
There's enough.
things, but there's enough. Yeah,
There's enough.
And you're not far from New Liskeard or it's all up there. But again, like, because it's drive-in, like, just bring all your stuff in your car and whatever.
Yeah. It's like we stay in a lot of like weird little motels and stuff in weird little small towns.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I love staying in motels. Don't get me wrong. But like when you get there, you got to figure out food. We're all sitting there all tired. What kind of weird food are we going to eat? I
It's
don't know.
always a weird pizza.
It's always pizza.
And it's usually like Mexican pizza with like marble cheese.
That Mexican pizza was
it's like,
good.
why is
I
this?
missed out on the Brendan Harbor Mexican pizza.
That was
Maybe
good
they were-
pizza, man.
Not to talk about that trip, but they were like, we're out of mozzarella cheese. We're like, well, what else you got? They're like, we got marble. We're like, oh, God.
Just literally put anything
Buckle
on
up, baby. Because we're getting that.
it. Yeah.
And
You're not
it
gonna
was
get a cheeseless
wild.
pizza. Like you're a
Yeah.
psychopath.
It was
this
wild.
is like this is so nice. It's like you're being taken care of.
Yeah, it is really nice. It is really nice. So that was the vibes, and like we packed the cars very nonchalant. Like I was just taking stuff. I did like 5 trips upstairs to just take random shit,
I
throw it
was
in the
just
car.
throwing shit
Yeah,
because I knew it didn't matter.
My car was the luggage.
Oh,
was
yeah.
the suitcase.
We were raring to
everything's in
go.
there.
throwing shades in there, whatever,
It was one bag.
which is so sick.
What's also a good point and perhaps segue.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
we mentioned earlier that winter's a big thing up there. Lots of sledding trails. A new thing.
Which, just to say, we should go back for that.
Yes, for sure. Wintertime,
So,
definitely.
They did
Ice
invite
fishing
us.
video. Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Mallory.
Yeah. Jason putting a new
Thank you, Jason.
spin on the whole thing. They're like, well, because we're so popular in the winter and there's so many sledding trails and backcountry trails and roads and logging roads and etc. There's already a trail system.
Yeah.
Why not in the summer flip those trails
Totally.
into ATV trails or even mountain biking?
Yeah.
Not that I was
No,
going to mountain
no.
bike, but you could.
If you
if
did
you
mountain
wanted
bike,
to.
that'd be a cool place
That'd
to
be
do.
yeah,
cool.
or dirt bike.
That'd be
Those
a
side
little bike
trails.
pack.
We'll get into that shit.
We'll get into that. But
Dirt bike, bro. Yeah.
Dirt bike would be wild.
yeah, dirt bike. Would be fun.
But that's like that's right. It's like all the infrastructure's there. It was kind of cool that we got to be kind of
Test bunnies.
Yeah, the little pilot project.
Test
Be like, go
bunnies.
find the fish. Here's some ATVs.
Yeah.
So we didn't really know what we were getting
No.
into. Like we were looking at maps and dated information from
Very dated.
2002 about like
We were going
fish
hard on this
fish
one.
reports.
Yeah.
We were like
You were.
pulling up fish reports, pulling up
Stalking lists.
stalking lists, electrofishing surveys, like anything.
But also just looking at trails on like topo
Yeah.
maps.
Yeah.
Which
But
is
you
a
know,
fun thing to
But
do.
who came in clutch?
Roger.
Roger.
But yeah, so the idea was to be like, let's try to make a plan because there are trout lakes, trout streams, bass, pike, everything in that region up there, which I'm pretty sure it's 17.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's 17.
Zone
Isn't
17?
Temagami's 15, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything's open which is funny because in Temagami
An hour and a half.
we were there. So we were there May long weekend, and everything opens in Temagami on this Saturday.
Yeah.
Trout's already open, but like bass and pike open the Saturday of May long weekend. But in Temiskaming, it's open season, baby.
Oh yeah.
That's the wild
Hour,
north.
Hell
hour and a half. Hour and a half
Season.
north of Temagami. It's open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, oh, cool. We can get ice out pike, pre-spawn bass, brookies, suckers.
A
We didn't know-
lot of suckers.
We didn't know what we were gonna go into, so we
Yeah.
just to Mitch's point, just packed the cars with literally friggin'
Oh
everything.
yeah.
And isn't that the truest form of adventure?
Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
When
it
you
was
pack
great.
the car with everything, you're looking at maps.
Yes.
To be like, actually tell us. We're actually
yeah.
I have
using
no
maps,
idea what's
guys.
going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
We're just
you
looking
know?
where can we go?
it's cool to use maps and
Yeah.
actually be like, we know we need to use these maps
Yeah,
and
yeah,
find
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Well, and
It's
it's
so
like
cool.
we do so many trips that are like targeting specific species. It was kind of cool. They're like, okay, what? Like all the texting
all
back and forth. They're
open.
like, what rod are we bringing? What are we doing? Who's bringing what?
Bring a
It's like,
warm water setup, bring a trout setup.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
So I mean, throw who was it? Ralph Waldo Emerson? Did he say throw a loaf of bread in the knapsack and jump over the back fence? That's what we did,
Yeah,
boys.
it was Ralph Waldo Emerson. Yeah.
ELP, huh?
Yeah.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
We jumped over the fence onto some quads.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But anyways,
Should we do a day by day thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Like actually day by day from Wednesday?
Yeah, because
Well,
we kicked off this party a little bit early. So as Aldo said, we went down for the May long weekend here in Ontario, which is Victoria Day weekend, which we call May 2-4 for some reason. It's not
Because it usually
the 24th.
lands on the 24th.
It does?
That's
Okay.
why.
Yeah, you drink
I thought it was
24
because
beers.
24 beers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Everybody
really,
thinks that.
Everyone drinks 24 beers.
You want to toss me another beer there, brother?
Hey, buddy, what do you want?
A good lot, actually.
Oh, a good lot.
It's actually really nice. I like that a lot.
So yeah, we decided that we were going to go up Wednesday.
I'm okay.
One, to split up the drive. Two, I'm still good on beers. Thanks, buddy. But speaking of beers, another favorite place of ours, Temagami Outfitting, was opening their bar and restaurant on the Thursday. So we thought, you know what? Our buddy Shane's up there. Cast Ontario on YouTube if you want to follow him. Make some awesome bass videos.
Oh, yeah.
Really great guy, really good bartender. Just a salt of
Fishy
the
dude.
earth, very fishy dude,
Very fishy.
very fishy
Loves
dude.
fishing.
So Shane's running the bar program up there this year, and Eric and Karen we're opening the bar on Thursday, and we were like, well, let's go up Wednesday night.
Yeah.
We're
all itching to get out of town.
yeah, exactly.
we were
We were
itching.
raring to. I was raring to go.
I'm like,
We
you know
left
what?
at like
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning.
I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I left in the morning because I wanted to like work from home.
Yeah.
From Temagami. So that was
Yeah.
cool. I was up there working away. I'm
Yeah.
waiting on you two to show up.
Yeah.
And by you two, I mean Mitch and Aegis, because Yilma didn't come up until Thursday.
My thinking was like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
what I was
you know
thinking,
what,
baby.
man? Like just
I've
traffic.
been in this backyard too long.
Traffic,
Look at
baby.
me and you. Look at us.
We were just.
We're a mess, man.
Yeah. We needed to go.
You know what I mean? I was like, I gotta get the hell out of here. So,
Yeah.
you know, my plan was like, get up here Wednesday. We'll leave as early as we can. And Thursday,
I love how it kept getting earlier. Because
getting
originally it was like,
We're a
we'll leave
mess.
Thursday. And then we're like, no, we'll leave Wednesday like 5 o'clock. And then, well, maybe 4. Well, let's see if we can do 3. All right, 1:30.
yeah, brother, lunch is here. We gotta go.
Yeah, we got to go.
But then it was like, I'm gonna work from Temagami on Thursday because we can't because there's internet. So it worked out great. So we hit the road.
Yeah.
We did some work along the way,
Got some
and then
sandwiches.
got some sandwiches.
Maybe too
Um,
many sandwiches.
We talked a good fast food game on the way, didn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah. that
Because
was
we were
really
talking
nice.
about what I was like, Idis, do you want Burger King? And he almost stopped the car.
Good man.
I know. It's pretty
Okay,
bad.
I don't know if we need to start
No,
this debate again.
We're not getting into this.
But
one.
let's just
There's
say
an unreasonable amount of Burger King lovers in this group
let's
here.
just
There's
say
only one.
let's just say we did not get Burger King.
No, we did not.
But we did get some Wendy's. And I got some spicy chickens for you, which is kind of a rich because we did that the first time in Elk Lake Wilderness Resort.
Yeah.
That's the first time. Remember North Bay?
Yeah.
We had leftovers. Remember that?
I don't think
remember
I
that.
could ever forget.
I think
First of all, the first time, I don't know, Yilma, if you remember, but when we got spicy chicken sandwiches, Mitch got 2 and slept with his.
oh my
and woke up
god.
and ate it.
Yeah, what the hell?
And this time, well,
You got to keep it warm, baby.
Yeah, it's true.
Shocking
Yeah, it's
nobody,
true.
we got absolutely nuked at Temagami Outfitting.
Yeah.
And it's 2 a.m. We're all, have been into the beers and maybe the cocktails.
Yeah.
A few other things, eh?
And a few other things maybe. And it's 2 a.m. and Mitch is like, I got you a burger from Wendy's. I was like, at what time? He was like, 3 p.m. And we both ate it anyway. It was so gross,
Marinating.
dude.
A matter of hours made that thing change molecularly. Like it was dust for some reason.
The bun had
dust.
ceased to be bread.
It was weird.
Yeah,
it
I
was
didn't
not
think it was
wild.
going to be that. Anyways,
I mean, my sandwich was not bad, but it
dude.
was
Anyways,
a little soggy.
but yeah, we rolled up to Temagami Outfitco. It was great, beautiful weather. Of course, that weekend was a little bit chilly.
Yeah, it was like a different season up there,
yeah.
man.
I know it was colder because like that night was like -6
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celsius. So,
Yep.
anyways, but yeah, we hung out with Shane. We saw Karen and Eric. Of course, it was a blast. Met some of the new staff that's up there, and yeah, just had a fun time having some beers. Ah, it's so fun. Just thinking about it, I want to
man.
do it again.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
so fun.
As I was driving out there, I got so excited
Yeah.
that I just started like speaking into Siri to text, just like absolute stream of consciousness nonsense.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
I was like, I'm so excited. I just want to go.
And we're all looking at it.
Yeah, Mitch and I
You
were trying to
guys
get
like-
all our work done and stuff.
We were all pretty jacked. I mean, it
Yeah.
was just first long weekend of the year, first trip for 4 of us in a while.
That's
Yeah.
that thing. That's a
Um,
big thing.
And back up to Northern Ontario, which
Yeah.
we love.
Always feels good.
I love Northern
I
Ontario.
was saying this to Bree. I didn't remember the last time, all aside from like just whatever doing a day
Yeah.
on the river, where all 4 of us were on a trip.
No, it's
Because like
kind of rare.
me and Mitchie
been a
went to
while.
Montana,
Winter camping. It must have been
and
winter
we went to
camping.
Florida.
Yeah,
Idis
winter
and I were
camping.
in Rochester, and Yilma and I were in BC.
Is it like Esnagami maybe?
Like it was
Winter
yeah.
camping, TOC.
Yeah.
No,
No?
Esnagami, dude.
Right,
Yeah,
Esnagami.
it was like this time
winter,
last year.
Winter.
I can't remember.
We
But
didn't,
you're
we
right.
didn't- we
It
didn't
was a
winter,
while.
We didn't winter camp this past
So
season.
that just added to the vibes. You know, I was like, oh,
We were-
great.
We
You
were
know, we were
busting to go.
excited to just get up there and start chirping each other and
Oh, yeah.
cracking beers.
It didn't even wait till we were up there, man.
No, that's for sure. So yeah, then we had that
chirping
first
never
night, and
stops.
of course, you know, that evening we got the text from Yilma saying he wasn't coming, which you know, to be expected. I don't know, what was that about, Yilma? Why did you decide not to come?
I just had to work.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Well,
Who'd you go on a date with?
No,
Yeah,
no,
come
no
on.
dates.
what was their name?
Yeah, you got a text around noon saying like, "What you up to tonight?" And you're like,
You're like not going to Temagami. That's for sure.
I love that he texted Aldo as well. As Aldo's like sitting beside us, he's like, "Yilma's not coming." Mitch and I are both immediately chirping him on the.
Yeah, but that's fine. The next day you came up,
Yeah.
and we all got breakfast in town at Temagami, which banging breakfast.
Yeah, it was
Anyone
a
that
good
goes to
breakfast.
Temagami, stop by the country style there and
Oh
gas
yeah,
station, have a sit
it's
down
my
breakfast.
fave.
Eat some
Great.
food.
Yeah.
Delish.
Delish.
And then you came up. We worked. We did some stuff, hung out, and then we hit the road to Elk Lake
Yeah.
in the evening, and we got there
Mm-hmm.
and stopped by to see meet Mallory and Jason for the first time in
Yep.
the
Little chat.
in the lodge.
Yeah, yeah.
It was great. They were very excited to have us, which was fun. Nice to
Oh, yeah,
have that
yeah.
kind of spirit.
You never know, right? Like meeting the new lodge owners and stuff. Everyone like we never had a bad experience, but you never know.
Meet new
We're going
people.
in.
You never know, like if
Yeah.
you guys will get along, you know. And it's, you know, when you meet new people, it's just the
Totally.
way it is.
Yep.
And yeah, there are kind of people for sure.
100%.
Nice peeps. You know?
Absolutely.
Just nice hosts.
Oh, yeah,
nice,
big
accommodating,
They
smart.
they seem like really excited just to be part of that. You know, facilitating people going outside, having adventures, and all that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it like I mean I'm sure Roger and Mary Jo, you know, they attract a certain type of person, and I probably and vice versa too.
Right.
Like I'm sure if you're looking for a fishing lodge,
Yeah.
I mean I don't know, I've never shopped for a fishing lodge before,
No.
but no,
Ooh la la.
but they're not. I mean I'm sure you could buy kind of whatever you want in a way.
Yeah, for sure. If you're in the market for a fishing lodge, you know,
Yeah.
you've got there's a lot of different things you could get.
And
Yeah.
when I'm saying this from a small place of knowledge. I remember when Alex Ginther,
Yeah.
a former podcast
Oh,
guest,
shout out to Ginther, yeah.
Ginther, he was looking to buy a lodge in BC, and I was like, oh, that's got to be pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no. And he showed me the list, and there's like hundreds.
Yeah.
What?
It's just like, do you want to do it?
Wow.
Because it's a huge amount of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
big
they're
time.
all in remote places,
Right.
and you know, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Did he ever go through with it?
no.
Is he going to?
If he does,
Ginth.
Ginth, we're coming, baby.
We're coming, man.
Sign
Yeah.
me up.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're kind of coming into that age where our friends, immediate friends, start just buying fishing lodges.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I look forward to that time in life when
Looking
your
at
friends
you
buy
guys.
fishing lodges.
Well, if we,
True, Ed.
well, if
Tobago. It's not a lodge,
Yo,
but it's a place to
true.
stay.
Yeah.
that's true, the Airbnb
Yilma's
in Tobago.
sister's building a cottage in Tobago, and we're gonna
The
descend.
Permit Palace.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sick.
PP.
Palazzo di
PP.
Palometa.
Wow.
Yep.
Whoa.
Espanol.
Didn't know you know how to speak French.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it was great to meet them and just kind of get the lowdown, and then yeah, we crashed, and then woke up the next day, and that's when we
We crashed. Yeah, we crashed. I was so
we were bagged.
so hungover, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I couldn't tell. I really couldn't.
Are you serious?
I am being 100% serious.
We were pretty tired.
You
Wow.
three were normal as
Really?
hell.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't
wasn't
feel normal,
I
man.
wasn't hungover by that point.
But you weren't like tired. You
He
weren't
was drunk
you know,
again.
He was drunk again. Oh yeah, that's right. You were like drinking
yeah,
drinks
you were
all
dr-
day.
Right, you didn't have to drive. You were just. Oh yeah, so that's the other
I
thing.
did
is
not have to drive.
Itis and I shot some cocktails while we were up
Yeah.
there.
So then
They-
you were drinking them.
Well, we didn't want to waste them, you know.
No,
No.
of course not. But yeah, and then the next morning we kind of like Roger it was nice enough for Jason and Mallory to see if Roger was free to come by, and Roger, of course, is more than willing to come by and kind of give us some
Mr.
pointers.
Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, we're greeting
We
him, Mr.
called
Mayor.
upon the mayor.
and he came by and was showing us trails, and he
Oh my
hooked us
God.
up. He gave us some good intel.
You know
His
what's crazy?
his
He showed up
knowledge.
with the sash on, which I
Yeah.
thought was like a bit overkill. But
I thought it was a little bit. Yeah. Hey man,
The crown was a bit much, but
the scepter.
the scepter. I
and
was just gonna say the scepter was kind of weird, but anyways.
the kissing of the ring got to be a little, you know.
Yeah, like when he asked us to kiss his ring, I don't know.
I
Could have
thought
done
it
with
made
that.
me
yeah.
uncomfortable, but I did it.
It's Raj,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. For the dogs. So
You gotta kiss the ring for the dogs.
For the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would. So without his insight into the backcountry trails and stuff, we would have been way off target.
Oh, big time. Because we were like
way
creeks
out
and rivers. Man,
He's like, no, don't, no.
It was awesome. Like we had a list of like, we had a list of like lakes that we were like, oh, this looks good. This stream looks good. That's good. And every single one, he's like, no, you don't want to go there. Oh, that's empty.
Oh, if you want to catch fish, don't go there.
Not at this time.
That's exactly
he's
what
like,
he said.
maybe in the summer, but definitely not now.
Now, we were picking spots that were relatively easy. Well, even the spots we went to were easy to get to. I mean, I think it's just a matter of some spots get fished a lot, you know, like anywhere you go.
Yeah,
and,
totally.
But Roger was like, you should fish here and here. And so we'll talk about it, but that was good intel because
he had insight into like new roads that have been built, you know,
right.
Trails that have been like all these things that had happened that, you know, we're going off like Google Earth, right?
Yeah.
So he has things like on the ground. He knows what's going on from people that have been there like that week.
Yeah. Now that said, you know, if you go off Google Earth, like you'll definitely still have an adventure, and who knows, right? Time of year you might find something
for
great.
sure. But I suggest making friends with the mayor and getting them to tell you where to go.
Yeah, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. Roger kind of gave us some intel, and that was it. We had our traject, and we were ready to go.
Had the plan.
So we geared up.
Yeah.
Got the ATVs all
They got
loaded.
delivered.
It was a cold and lightly wet morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Overcast, sprinkling rain.
Yeah.
Be advised, if you're going to Northern Ontario in early spring,
Bring a rain jacket.
Also, be advised,
Gloves.
Goggles
Goggles.
might be a good idea when you don't have a windshield.
I was going to actually bring my goggles too, my ski
should've.
goggles.
Luckily, we had our Costa sunglasses,
yes.
and we all had the low light
Yeah.
That helped a lot.
sunrise silver mirror
Sunrise, yes.
frames.
Honestly, like plugging aside, we would not have been able to drive without them.
No, straight up,
we would have died.
We would have crashed.
I don't know how you guys
We
were
almost
doing
did
it.
crash. Well, Mitch, you had your full face motorcycle helmet. You're looking super cool.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
look pretty ballin'.
We're
Yeah.
all over here fumbling with our.
We totally forgot to mention.
What?
Big thanks to Northern.
No, I was about to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go
we're
for
good.
it. Go for it.
Northern Power Sports Rentals.
Yeah.
They're new.
Dropped everything
They're
off.
new, and they're in New Liskeard.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they came by Elk Lake
They
Wilderness
dropped
Resort
off the ATVs.
Yeah.
by
Helmets.
trailer.
Helmets.
Fully loaded. But they said they service, isn't it like all of Algoma?
I think all of Temiskaming.
They had it-
from
okay.
from like
Because
North
Algoma is
Bay.
like west of Sudbury.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they
Sorry,
service
my bad.
from like North Bay to Hearst. That's what it was.
Yeah,
That
the
is
that's what I remember.
far.
That's what she said. It was like
Yeah.
Hearst to North Bay or something.
That's wild.
they have a
Yeah.
surprisingly big radius that they'll deliver.
And they do
ATVs to.
sleds, they do ATVs, and Sea-Doo, Sea-Doos, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
jet
side by
skis.
side.
Oh, we should have got Sea-Doos.
Totally. Next time. But and I'm sure they're gonna keep adding to their fleet as they go. But yeah, they were awesome because they delivered the rides right to Elk Lake Wilderness Resort and unloaded them. That was cool.
Those they were sick.
Yeah, it was cool to see them like coming off the ramp. You know, we're like,
Man,
we get to do that. That's sick.
Yeah.
You guys are just giving this to us.
they were nice ones, man. I don't know anything about quads, but those were
They were
nice
sick.
quads.
Yeah, we were riding an Arcticat Altera. I had the 600. Yilma had the 5,
No, I had a 7.
7.
Yeah.
And they were sick.
Yeah.
They're sick. And then Idis and I were following in Mallory and Jason's side by side.
Yeah.
The camera car.
Camera car.
The Can-Am Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, admittedly, I'd never driven a side by side before this. I've driven an ATV,
Okay.
but this was like,
I'd never been on an ATV or a side by side.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
but this was like, we loaded up, got everything going. We knew pretty much where we were going.
Yeah.
We pull out of Elk Lake onto the highway, like small town highway, but the limit's still 80.
Yep.
And you two just take off.
Raining.
Aldo and I, we put the thing in sport mode, hit the gas, immediately stalls.
Yeah. Nice work, boys.
I was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know."
I know we're
Machine.
both like, I don't know.
You turn it off, turn it back on. Good to go.
The files
go.
are in the computer, baby.
And then
We caught up to you.
the
quickly,
the
too.
side by side goes
It goes very fast.
fast. The rain, when you don't have a windshield,
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys had open face helmets.
It hurt.
the rain really hurts your face.
Yeah. Yeah, we had those new Chums buffs,
Yes.
which were great.
Yeah.
And the like
Thank God.
yeah, pulled up over the face. Probably could have layered up a little bit more.
Bit chilly
A
wills.
little bit chilly.
I bet.
Yeah. See,
And-
Mitch knows all this as a motorcycle man.
I'm a moto man,
Yeah. No big deal. You're probably.
and I do what
comfy-
I can
You were toasty as a
to stay
tuna in
toast
there.
the most.
Nice.
I had my full face helmet on, so I was fine. But I was like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what you guys are getting little airsoft pellets to the face right
Yes.
now.
We were.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But you know what?
Yeah.
The rain kind of once we it's a short drive to Elk Lake, which is where
Yeah.
the trailhead the trailhead was in town.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're passing through Elk Lake on an ATV trail,
Yeah.
there's some awesome places to get poutine.
Mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. Not that we did, but you could. And
Next
then
time.
we hit the trail, and honestly, the rain after that, it went away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
It was just the initial like shock of like, all right,
it was
we're-
the
we're-
whole thing was very shocking.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, and
Jarring.
now I'm on the highway. It's very fast. My face hurts. I'm scared
I
of
hope Itis
everything.
knows what he's doing.
And then, but then I got over it pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
You do, and then it's just fun, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then we must have gone, I don't know how many K down that trail.
28.
28K down that trail.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember where we ended up that first day.
Went down by the water there.
The water with the
Well, no
Wa-
shit.
Wow, we went to the water to fish. Crazy.
the one with the sucker, and we had lunch on the shore.
Okay, so we passed
Right.
Skull Lake,
Yep.
Right.
which is a cool name for a lake,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we ended up at. Well, you know what? It's better that we don't know the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a creek.
It's Darby or something. But yeah. Sorry, I don't remember.
Spot burnt. And then we went. Yeah, it was actually a really beautiful place. It had
Mhm.
there was an old sawmill.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Just with just the walls
Yeah.
left, and there was like a little creek dumping into the lake, and we were like,
Yeah.
well, if there's ever a place to fish, it's
Yep.
where a creek dumps
Fish
into a
from
lake.
shore, you know, like
We-
it's like this seems like a good spot.
Mhm.
The only spot you can stand in the lake.
And we started seeing some as we started fishing. We started seeing some fish kind of bubbling up,
Yeah, some
Yep.
boops.
and
Some boops, some
those
bobs.
for sure were
Bobs.
sucker.
Mm-hmm.
Now knowing,
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
no, yeah. It
because Yilma hooked into a fish. It was a nice sucker.
was a nice sucker.
yeah, you hooked a fish. Your like butter stick was like doubled over, and we were like, oh, fucking right, like,
Brook trout.
and you're like, it's a brookie. We're like, no way, and then it got closer, and Mitch is like, no, it's a walleye.
It's a walleye.
And then we netted it, and we're like, it's a
It's a
sucker. But you know what?
Yeah, it's cool.
I got
God
love.
bless sucker.
I got love for
that's
suckers.
I got tons of love for suckers.
It's
That's
also
a
like-
native fish.
Yeah, they're cool. And it was the time of year, right? Because they're
It's the
basically
bonefish of the
getting off-
north.
That's right.
They're getting off the spawn right now, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
they're coming out of those creeks because they just spawned up them.
Yeah.
So they're like kind of all still
Sorry,
around
what?
those areas.
Yeah.
They spawned up them. And so they're all kind of still in that areas.
I'm surprised
And,
that there weren't any pike hanging around, like
I know.
Yeah.
like waiting to eat the.
Well, there
sucker.
were at the bridge.
They were at the bridge, yes.
So
Right.
we fished there. We had some lunch.
Yep.
Saw a moose.
Saw a big moose.
Like right off the bat.
While we were riding down the trail, we saw a big moose, bro. That was huge. It was
Yeah.
a big moose.
Yeah. Just standing.
That
Just
was
standing
cool.
there. I like, and which was funny because like 10 minutes before that,
Yeah.
he almost like, imagine if we see a moose, and I was like, I think we're making way too much noise for
Yeah.
a moose.
We just rolled up on one.
And he was just like,
He was huge, man.
It was huge.
And that was an interesting wildlife day.
That was a big wildlife day, man.
So, okay, so we saw the moose, fished the lake, Gilma caught a sucker, had lunch on a little beach, had a little
Yep.
fire.
that was
Yep.
awesome.
That was very cute.
And
that
then
creek was, by the way, beautiful.
beautiful
Yeah,
creek,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful creek. I mean, if
Yeah.
you could just go explore that and go up the creek and see what you could find. You know, there might be something up there.
little crick,
You might find something up
I
there.
just tried
voice
to.
change there.
You might
little
find brook
crick-
trout up
crick
there
walking.
if you go far enough. But
you can find.
Yeah. I mean, was it, okay. So was that a logging road? I guess. Was it a logging
They're
road?
all logging roads.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
the ones we were on, yeah.
Yeah,
they're
Well, it was a
trails
logging
kinda-
road until we went into the small. So like, yeah, the main cut into
Trails fork
the
off.
back
Yeah, yeah.
country are the logging roads, and then you fork off into. Hey, fork off, eh?
Yeah, you fork off.
You fork off,
Yeah, fork.
and then
fork
it forks
you, huh?
off into
Oh, man.
smaller trails that ATVs,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
ATVs and side by sides and all
Yeah.
that shit can get
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you hunt at all, fall grouse hunting is
Big time.
awesome up
Big
there
time.
on those trails.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that, but
No, you sounded good. If you didn't say that.
Perfect place to go to grouse hunt. You just go down the trail,
There's so
stop
many-
where you want, and
There's
just
so many
walk into
grouse.
the woods. Yeah.
There's so many grouse. It's insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we did that.
Yeah.
We went back a little bit. Did we hit that pike spot before before we started going
No.
proper off roading?
I think our idea was to go as far down the logging road and work our way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went down that little Vision Quest trail.
yes.
Yeah, because there was a place where Raj said that there were brook trout in a stream, and we were like
Yeah.
sick because there was a trail that went right to it.
Yeah.
But damn, there's a lot of trees.
A lot of. I guess
Knocked over.
there had been recent I don't know how recent, but there were fires and
Windstorms.
yeah, all that stuff. So a lot
Probably
of down
still from the
trees.
winter, right? Like no one's been down it.
Oh, for sure, man.
We really should have brought a chainsaw.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. That's the one
I mean-
thing. If you're gonna do this, bring chainsaw.
Bring a
Which everyone
chainsaw.
listens probably like no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went
Thanks.
off road in the
Thanks, guys.
We live in the
Idiots.
city. We
You
don't
dumb
know these
idiots.
things.
And then we're in the middle of the woods with a bunch of trees in front of us. We're like, chainsaw.
I mean, it was-
Listen,
we-
I know how to
did-
take the subway.
So we
Okay,
forgot.
I don't know how to take the
Yeah.
trails.
We did pretty good though. I
Yeah.
mean, we ripped over a bunch of them. We broke a bunch of them off.
Yeah, we
Yes.
were like we were
Oh,
like
yeah.
Sasquatching them with our
Yeah.
hands.
Big
Yeah,
time.
I realized how actually strong Adis
Yeah,
is.
Adis, you are a beast, dude.
You're welcome.
the tank.
Oh,
But then you get to that point where then you hit the trail and you just look straight and it's just tree.
Oh,
tree.
yeah.
And you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
boys,
You know,
we tried.
Honestly, like I was really enjoying that. I was like, man, this is gonna be great. We're like actually because like going down the logging trail is great. It's super fun. You go
Yeah.
pretty fast, but you can drive a car down it. Like if you have
Yeah.
a four-wheel drive, no problem. Like you don't even need crazy clearance or anything.
No.
When we busted into the side trail, it gets super narrow.
Yeah.
And you're
and
driving.
we're like going over street.
yeah,
like,
we were driving
yeah.
down
Oh,
a river
that
and
was so
stuff.
pretty.
It felt
Streams
like,
that were crossing the trail, by the way.
Yeah.
We weren't driving through rivers.
no.
Yeah.
We were very conscious of that. We're not
Yeah.
trying to ATV through creeks.
Yeah,
But like there was a lot of flooding because it's still early in the
for
season.
sure,
so
for sure.
but Beaver Dam creeks and stuff flooding over the trail, and we're crossing them. And
Yeah, in my mind, I was like, this is what we came here to do. Like,
go deep.
Go
Yeah.
deep
Go
into
deep.
the woods, go find some brookies.
Should have definitely brought the chainsaw.
Should have brought the chainsaw. Once we got through a couple trees and we went around the corner, we're like, it's just trees now.
Yeah.
We're like, no.
It still would have taken long with the chainsaw.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
and then it's like, who knows what was down there? Like when you were like, I was like, can we walk? You're like, no, man, we can't.
Needless
It
to
was-
say, next day we brought a handsaw, but still, yeah, that would have been pretty brutal.
Handsaw would have been there
Would
forever.
have taken a while. Yeah.
So we abandoned that mission.
Yeah.
That
we
was
turned
fun,
around.
though. That was my. That was
It was fun
my
though. And
highlight.
it was
It was
def-
fun, and you know what? What has left us with what's down there? We still don't know.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know,
Until
could
next
be
time.
it could be something sick.
Could be.
It probably is,
Oh.
given that no one's there. You know, like
Yeah. I mean, we did rip around with the drones a bit and it looked pretty good.
ah man,
You guys want to go back?
yeah, it's one of those things. You know, it's
You
like
wanna leave
damn,
right now?
what's down there? You know,
The road less traveled.
Yeah.
there's something
Queen
down there.
Victoria.
Someone listen, go find it. Tell
R.I.P.
us what's down there.
So we turned around.
Yeah, and then we came up to another creek that looked fishy, and in fact, there was people that actually we passed that were fishing at one point because again, it's not off the beaten path.
No,
like
no.
this is a pretty main spot.
The
but
path is beaten, chef.
still like
Yeah.
15 kilometers back into the woods. Like you're not finding lots of people up
Yeah.
here. You know what I mean?
Elk
Like-
Lake is a town of like 600 people.
Yeah, like it's it's not like there's So this spot here was cool because it was just culvert, big kind of creek, and lots of fish bubbling. Turned out to be pike, lots of little pike, and then
They were
suckers, lots of sucker.
rowdy pike.
They were rowdy.
Very rowdy.
Again, the
They're
sucker
fun.
were in their kind of post spawn.
Sucker hitting the surface.
Yeah, they were hitting
Yeah.
like it was
They were
weird.
rising like trout.
Yeah, man.
What's with that?
I don't know.
I keep telling you guys.
Yeah,
I see them on the Humber. No one believes me that they're suckers.
That's
Oh,
true.
we believe you.
No, we
That's true.
believe you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny that they're risers because their mouths
Yeah.
are on the bottom of
Right?
their face.
But
Yeah.
it's like carp do that too, right? They'll eat on the surface.
Maybe they weren't eating.
Did they flip upside
Maybe
down?
they were just
Yeah, when they flip upside down,
doing something. I don't know.
they're just doing sick aerials probably. They're
Maybe
like, bro, check
honestly,
this out.
maybe they were running from pike.
Could be. They're like, oh, missed me.
Maybe they were running from pike because there was a ton of pike.
I mean,
there.
those pike were pretty small.
Yeah, still though,
But
man. They'll
the
eat
ones that we
anything,
saw-
man.
the
Yeah.
ones that we caught were small.
Sure.
There had to be a couple beef boys down
Yeah,
there.
There
some,
had to be a
some
beefy-
wise boys.
A beefy willy.
We're in the middle of northern Ontario
They ain't
woods with a
chasing
bunch
no
of
little flies.
bunch of bait swimming around.
Yeah,
There's definitely a
that's true.
big pike in there. But
Anyway,
But
we
it
didn't,
was-
we didn't catch them.
But when we rolled
not
up
the big
to
ones.
the little bridge
mhm,
where this culvert was,
we saw a
black bear.
and he chilled for a while.
A BB.
He was just on the other side of the bridge, just looking at us like, "Are you guys gonna move?
100
or
feet
do I
away.
have to move?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sat there for a long time. We're like, you should probably move because cars could come down here
Yeah.
and
And nobody's driving slow down
No.
those
like
roads.
get out of the road, bro. Please, bro.
When we like parked the ATVs, it was like, oh, fine.
We just sat there and waited for this black bear, and he was kind of looking at us like, "What's up?"
You got
And
any
we're like,
pop darts?
We're like, I don't know, man. Like, can you just go away? Yeah, pretty much.
So you guys don't have props?
And he moseyed away into the woods
Yeah, he's a
eventually, and then we
mosier.
fished. But
I
yeah.
look like a little teenager.
It was cool. See a black bear, see a moose,
Moose.
bunch of sucker.
Bunch of suckers.
pike.
Caught some pike.
Yeah, it was a good.
You know what? It was a really good
first day.
really great first day.
Yeah.
That was fun catching those pikes.
It's always fun catching pike.
Just off the road.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
off the beaten path.
Then we boogied back to the resort,
Mm,
and we had steak dinners waiting for us,
Yep.
which was wicked.
always
Yeah.
nice to have steak dinners
Little-
waiting for you.
We were Chili Wills.
Watched some
Little wet.
Fast and the Furious. Was that the
Oh,
first
yeah.
Oh my
shout
god!
out-
The long
Shout out Fast and Furious Marathon on Showcase. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. There's a TV with
cable?
cable. Which like I don't
Satellite.
have cable.
No.
I
Kinda
feel like
nice.
most people don't have cable. So part of the experience, you get to watch cable TV.
It's kind of nice flicking through, and you're like, is
I-
it Family Guy? Is it Alien History, or is it Fast and Furious?
We were all hoping for 401.
401 truckers.
Rescue.
401
There's-
highway.
was on in the
something
morning.
about like not having to pick what you want to watch,
Not
but
being-
Yes.
Yeah.
landing on it.
Yeah, not being
Yes.
crippled by choice.
Yes.
I know, right? It's
Yeah.
It's gonna come
I'm
back.
burdened by choice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What a time to be alive.
Choice is crippling us. Just give me,
Just choose for me.
give me, a
Give-
baking show.
Yeah.
Family Guy.
Yep.
The Weather Network.
Give me my night
And 401 Highway Rescue.
my night food goo and some
Obviously.
Food goo.
TV. Some
Food goo.
Gross. But yeah, there was
Soylent.
fast.
Yeah.
I wanted Soylent Green. But yeah, Vin Diesel,
we start with the OG Fast and Furious.
which amazing. The first Fast and Furious.
yeah,
Mhm.
amazing. Both of them. Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, truly
R.I.P. Paul
truly
Walker.
legends.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Pioneers.
Paul Walker
of
should be
their
on our
time.
money, not the Queen.
Yeah.
100%.
Boom.
100%.
Thank you for saying that.
Is that
You're welcome.
treason?
Thank you.
I don't. Care.
I knew you were thinking it. You were thinking it. You were thinking it. I was thinking
I
it.
petitioned the government formally for this.
Have you?
Yep, many times. You guys didn't see you didn't sign my petition.
I signed it.
You might
Thank
think
you,
the
Yuma.
Americans will not get this joke, but they're like, yeah, fuck the English. it might get us more
True.
listeners. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was day one, which
Yeah.
is kind of sick.
yeah,
And was kind of really sick, actually.
yeah.
What am I
I think
talking
we were all
about?
It was
tuckered
fun.
out.
I was pretty tuckered.
Yeah, we got to
was
bed
fun.
nice and early.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, but I don't know. Still, like you know,
What?
you were tuckered, but
None of those were sentences.
Yeah, no, I know. you
No, I feel you, Yoma.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you were still rowdy. You were
We
still.
were slowly coming down
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the cold virus.
Yeah, I exist in a
Because
constant state of
it was
tuckeredness.
chilly. It was
True.
a cold weekend, you know. And we just
Yeah, I
got
did
good
that.
old fashioned
I had
colds.
smoked a lot of cigarettes the day before.
And he was just
It was
Burdened.
all phlegm.
So we all get to sleep early.
Mm.
yeah.
Wake
After
up
a nice
I think
thing.
Aldo and I are early risers now,
because of the poochies.
and
and
I just wake up early.
yeah, you have a child.
I just have good
Well,
vibes.
she sleeps
I
later
just
than
have
I
good
do, man.
feelings thinking about sleeping up north.
Me
Yeah,
too,
oh, it's
man.
great.
I sleep so
It's
good
the
up
air.
north.
It's the air.
It's the air.
It's crisp and clean. You get tucked in.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
sharing a room.
Yeah, buddy.
Aldo snores. I snore now. We're getting old, brother.
Yeah, I snore, man.
I snored.
Yeah.
Yelma snore. We all snore, but
I
you
snore too.
But also,
oh, yeah, you do. Everyone snores. You're the only one that snore shames people, though.
Oh shit.
no.
My bad.
I snore shame. But
Okay,
I
we
am-
never
You know
snore
what's
shame.
funny
I
though
snore.
in the evolution of these trips
Mm.
is like
That we get old.
Mitch didn't used to snore, and now you were like a snore
man.
boy.
In Temagami, you were. I didn't know how you were
Son
breathing. I was
logs,
concerned for
brother.
your
No
safety.
shit. Seriously?
Yes.
What if I have sleep apnea? What if I'm gonna die?
No,
No,
you
I-
don't stop breathing.
No,
Now I
no,
got a
You
new
just-
fear, boys.
Wait,
I mean-
wait.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Okay.
Do I snore?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Are you
dude.
fucking insane?
Yilma, we
like-
have
what are you,
talked
like
about
60
this
years
for
old?
But my ex-girlfriend never said that I.
Yeah, why do you think she's your ex-girlfriend?
Whoa. Yilma, this is a thing on this show even. Never mind our friendship.
You can listen
snore,
to our show.
You snore, you talk in your sleep, and you fucking scream,
Yeah.
In
dude.
fact, we learned about that in this
Elk
cabin
Lake.
on our first trip together.
No, I know about the scream dreams. I just didn't think I snored.
The first
Oh, dude,
time,
you fucking
Yilma.
scream, you fucking psychopath.
The first time I ever slept with Yilma on a camping trip, literally, was Temagami.
Yeah.
We slept in the same bed.
Yeah.
You were fine. You were quiet as a church
Titmouse.
mouse.
So,
Titmouse.
so what's happening? Is it just because like age?
Titmouse.
Yes, that's what
Age is
No,
exactly
no,
what
no.
happens.
But then Elk
Yeah.
Lake Wilderness Resort. That's the first time you scream dreamed, and this a nice little throwback because this same cabin,
Yeah.
different rooms, but You scream dreamed, and Gab jumped out of the bed. Yoma! And Aldo was like,
I'm like, who the fuck are these
What is
guys? I just met
and I was
them all.
also kind of like, what's going on right now? I was in my room like, I'm like, are we getting broken into or something? Like, what's happening? And then you started laughing as you do after a good scream sesh.
Because it's hilarious.
And anyway, so yeah, you scream
hilarious.
dream.
Sorry, Cheer.
But anyways, Aldo was snoring, and you fall asleep fast, brother. Like, literally 45 seconds. You're like, we're on our phones. You can hear the TikTok going from different beds, and then all of a sudden you're just like, quiet. And then it's just, no, it's more like the door opening on a spaceship.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
so
you
you're
know
good.
what? I used to snore like violently snore, and I don't anymore. Probably because I drink way less.
There you go.
That
but
definitely helps.
Well, you know, the human snore can be as loud as a motorbike, like the beautiful one sitting behind you, Yilma, right now. Oh, never mind. Sorry, no, it's not. This is not
wrong
MotoCast.
podcast. Wrong code.
okay, so
We went to bed.
we
All
just
right,
spent
day
10
one
minutes on
concludes.
bedtime.
We're losing all our listeners right
They're
here,
like,
boys.
yeah, that's
Jesus
the drop
Christ. They're
off.
like,
We
this
need
is it. Why am I listening to this stupid shit? Stop nodding.
So yeah, we went to bed.
Yep.
Crazy. And then we woke
We
up.
slept.
And then we guess what? Woke up.
Yeah.
And
Everyone was still alive.
But the next
And
day
you know
was
fucking Adis got on the breakfast train like he
Yeah.
always does.
I fucking love cooking breakfast.
I
eggs in
know.
a basket.
Yeah.
I love cooking for
And you
people.
didn't overcook the bacon at all.
No, I fucked that. That was a massive airball. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
When the northern ovens don't have gauges, you just
No.
don't know. You
Our
just have to
mouths
feel your way.
they re-add the
You know?
moisture.
No, that was bad.
You dehydrated bacon.
You
That's all.
dehydrated bacon, bro.
And my family likes crispy bacon. I don't. That was a little too crispy. It was pretty crisp.
Sociopaths like crispy bacon.
No,
That
that
was-
was. I did not. That was an airball. I'm so sorry.
But that's
No, no.
okay. It's
I
bound to
felt
happen.
bad. I felt bad about
No,
it.
because no.
Oh my
but
God,
You
this
made
is
like you made like
so apologetic.
perfect eggs in a basket.
That I
Delish.
got, which I was more proud of because that nonstick pan was not nonstick.
And can I just
baby.
say right now that, can I please say something? Can I?
Yes.
First of all, this lawnmower. You know what I'm saying? No, they can't hear it. A big, good, delicious, tasty breakfast before a day of fishing.
Yeah.
Try to beat that shit.
Yeah. Get your
You know what I mean?
25,000 calories.
Eggs in a basket.
It's honestly
Bake,
the
coffee,
it's
potatoes.
the only like
Oh,
the
it's the fucking
I
best shit,
sound
man.
like my parents, but like it's the only time I eat breakfast. I'm never hungry
Yeah.
in the morning because
Yeah.
I'm like, my tummy.
Same.
And then like,
But just greasy
but it's just
breakfast
like-
and a
oh,
coffee.
big
greasy
Big.
breakfast.
As
and
we're sitting
fucking
around the
coffee,
table,
I'm
like,
fuck, man.
all right,
so
we're gonna
stoked.
jump on the ATVs.
Like, what are we gonna do today?
And we're gonna hit
Yeah.
the trails.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mitch
In
has
search
the
of brook
laptop
trout.
out. He's got the map going,
Yeah.
and we're like, okay, because
It's a
one cool
fucking
thing
vibe.
about doing these Lady Evelyn trips is we bought all the maps for the region,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
And so we were like, and we bought them, like we bought actual paper maps
Yeah.
and the electronic version of the Jeff's maps. And so we were
Yeah,
like
that's what it
making
is.
like
Yeah.
GPS points,
Dude, without
which was
without
super
that,
handy,
you
guys.
Highly
Not gonna lie.
recommend. Highly
Get the
recommend.
just
do it.
download. It's an app called Avenza. This is not an ad. And load
Yeah.
Jeff's maps into it for the Temagami-Temiskaming region if you do this,
Yeah.
because it shows you everything. It's a canoe route map,
Yeah.
but it's got everything. It's
Yeah.
got logging roads, it's got trails, it's got elevation, it has
most up to date. Like
Yeah,
as
yeah.
most like there's subtle changes when you get back in the woods, but
very subtle though.
gives you the
But
it
still,
gives you the cues, you know, like go here. You go
can,
there.
You can find the water and you
Yeah.
can find the main roads.
Yeah.
It's a good tip.
And you can add waypoints and
Yeah.
stuff. Again, not an ad.
But we're looking at that shit and eating greasy breakfast
and like
drinking
as
coffee.
Yeah.
as Adis and I are ripping down the trails, I got the phone out. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
we're
great.
here. We got to go there.
Bro,
Like it was super
bro.
handy.
I felt like we were
I think
rally
we
car
should-
drivers.
I think we should be rally car
Yeah,
drivers.
I'm in.
Can I just
I already
say-
got a Subaru, man. We're halfway there.
You guys looked like rally car drivers.
Fucking
Felt-
right.
I-
Yeah, I had that bandana on
Yeah,
at one point. I was
Yilma
like,
and I were following you guys
it
because
was
you
like,
guys were the
dum,
nav
dum, dum.
car.
This
Yeah.
song was like, yeah.
And
Led
the
Zeppelin was
hair
playing in my head
down,
the whole
just
time. I was like,
ripping.
dum, 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 dum,
Yeah, yeah,
dum.
Oh man, I want to go back and listen to Led Zeppelin now.
When we were following you guys,
we got
I,
the confidence got up on day 2
Because
though.
we do come from the land of the ice and snow.
when I was following
Yeah.
you guys, I was like, yeah, these guys look dialed. Like they look all those like leaning in and giving them like tips, like, yo, you want to take this
yeah,
next
I'm like, oh, you couldn't take
30
take
soft
this
left,
take this next
40,
curve,
And
take
it was
this
like-
next
it
turn
was
a little
at-
soft.
Yeah, and it was at the exact moment that the bed of the right when we're feeling the most confident, the bed.
Oh yeah, that was day,
Idis takes
that
a
was day 1
pothole
too.
at like 90.
Yeah.
The bed just rips off
Oh,
the back of the
man.
ATV. And
yeah, side by side.
at the side by side, and our Trailblazer rod
Oh my God.
We're like, what's that noise? Because we didn't notice, and we turn around, the bed's up, and
We're like,
the
well, that's
fucking
not good.
rod is just jammed in the axle.
I mean, legitimate. So that the bed was packed with camera equipment.
Jason.
So that was first thing was fine.
It's fine. The rods took the beating.
yeah, the rods are.
The car, the
I
side
pulled
by
it
side was
out.
fine.
I pulled it out, and the rod tube looked bad. But I was like, I think the rod might be
Yeah,
okay.
no,
and he's
no,
like,
it's
Are you?
So it's a
out
6-piece
of
rod.
your mind?
6-piece
Well,
rod, the Trailblazer.
And the real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Reddington Trailblazer is a 6-piece.
Uh-huh.
We made it a 59-piece.
Yeah, that's right.
Why did I choose 59? We made it a 69-piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did I say 59?
You know what's
joke was
crazy?
right there.
It happened at 420.
Yeah.
That's like.
That was so wild.
Anyways,
So
fucking know. Yeah, that day
we went backwards.
We had breakfast. We hit
Yes,
the
day
trails.
2.
The bed fell. The bed dropped because we overweighted the side by side
No.
We were
No,
going
no. It's
extremely
two-
fast.
No, we were going extremely fast.
with a heavy bed
Yes, we did all the things wrong.
The bed can take 200 pounds. We just had a couple cameras.
at
in it.
normal speeds.
Yeah. I mean,
We
we were-
loaded that motherfucker.
Well, the other
It
thing
may
was like
have
the
not
bear
been
was
watched.
riding shotgun at this point. So.
That's right. That's right.
take a left, boys.
Yeah. No, that was great. And
I was full rally mode by that point, man.
I know.
was
Okay,
full rally mode.
All right.
Okay, okay.
Everybody
day
take
two,
a
day
second.
two.
Everybody take a second. Everybody take a second here. 1, can I have another beer?
Yes.
And I can't reach it because I got short little arms.
Okay, so
this
today-
cooler is really easy to get into with.
Day
this
number
zipper.
2,
We decided to. What did we decide to do, Mitch?
we decided to go fishing
Yeah.
like you never seen before.
Oh shoot.
We made that breakfast. We hopped on those ATVs and we said, you know what we're going to do is we're going to try a spot that Roger said this would be a spot to go try for brookies. He's like, you wanted to catch brook trout? Go here.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit further
Yep.
down the highway,
Yep.
which was the precarious roads. We're fine driving down them, but we're a little less comfortable because it's, you're riding the shoulder. We're not really doing 90 kilometers an hour on these off-road vehicles. It's not great for the
Speak for yourself,
machines.
brother.
For yourself, buddy.
Well, you guys do your thing, but the ATVs, we're mindful. We don't want to, wreck the tires or rev the engine and consistent. Like we don't want. We're trying to be.
I was very careful.
Yeah, we're trying to be smart with the machines because we don't want to
They're not
torque these
ours.
things.
So
They're not ours.
you shouldn't hold the engine at 8,000 RPM.
No, but well,
Sorry.
well, you guys were riding
Jesus.
dirty. You guys were riding dirty. You're riding a Can-Am Maverick. You
It was
can
all that
do
fast,
whatever you want on
It was
that
all
thing.
that Fast and Furious watching.
That's
You know,
right.
just hyped us up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly, man.
So yeah, I mean, it was a little bit further out.
WWVDD.
What's that say?
What would Vin Diesel do?
Exactly.
Oh,
Thank
shit.
you,
Right
Aldo.
on. Thanks, boys.
That's why he's my co-pilot.
So it was a little bit
Listen, bros.
further, a little bit further of a drive down the high.
Keep it straight on the turns, brother.
You guys looked like that. I'm not even joking. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is the big tall guy driving, and all those the little guy like, take a left, don't go too quick around this turn. The corner's soft, bro. I'm like, this is fucked up. And then Yoma's just behind me like, I'm like, we're a mess out here, man.
Can I just say, Mitch, you look so cool on your ATV.
Yeah?
Like,
yeah, you looked like you were fucking like
He's
you
very
were
comfortable.
owning that thing.
Yeah.
Thanks, boys.
You
You
almost looked
should
like he was
own one,
holding
man.
on for dear life.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt dialed on the
You were
Altera.
fucking dialed, dude.
You look like you were just like rolled up. You're like, what are you boys doing up here?
When I hopped on that thing and we took it the first day down that, I don't know to backtrack, but we took it the first day down that side road. I was like, this thing, man,
Yeah,
it
it's
can
a nice
do what
one.
I want she to
Yeah.
do. It was like, I saw broken timber things because we passed that tree cutting thing. Let's go. Let's
I'm gonna
send this.
drive
I saw
over
that
this.
timber because we passed that tree.
The tree. Anyways,
All right, back on track. Back
Okay,
on track.
fine,
Here we go.
okay,
Day two,
that's
day
fine,
two, day
okay.
two. Rookies.
So-
but we decided to go longer down the highway,
Yes.
find that kind of off beaten path
Yep.
road, and we did. We took the turn, took the road quite far again. I
Yeah,
want to say
those-
we went probably another 30K.
Yeah, that was like a long initial.
Maybe not as
push.
far.
No, the highway
15?
drive was far. We went probably about 15K down
Yeah,
the
yeah.
logging road.
And found a beautiful.
Yeah, so there's this beautiful lake,
Yeah.
small, really serene. Again, it was another overcast day, but no rain or very light
There's like little
sprinklings.
sprinkles here and there. NBD.
And yeah, a lot, and nice, and a lot. We were in a part with there's a lot of elevation actually in
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
in that area, and a lot of elevation changes, and so you get gorges and you get carved rock, exposed Canadian
cool.
shield,
So
very
cool.
beautiful, thick pine forests. This lake was definitely a shield lake, a lot of rock. And so, but it came to where the bridge was on the road. It came to a point where it dumped out into a stream. And so the
that
stream
really changed elevation.
Exactly, yeah. And carved into a gorge. And then there was like so we stopped on the bridge and just to look at the water because remember Roger saying,
Yeah.
oftentimes people can just see the fish here in the fall because they stack up to spawn in the brookies stack up to spawn
He said
in
someone
the river.
fished it, and they said they saw so many fish that the guy said he could walk across the lake.
Yeah.
We're like, that sounds like the place to go.
I mean, that's a weird amount of fish.
We got there, we look in the water, and you can't walk
Sure.
across them, but the first thing we see is a brook trout just hanging out in the current.
Undeniably
darting
a brook trout.
Those
Orange
like
fins.
right by the road.
And you know what I want to just note about this spot is that it wasn't off the beaten path. This was a lake, sure, down some, logging road. We put in air quotes because it's like pretty rough road.
Yeah,
like
rough,
it's
yeah.
good. It's good with ATVs. You could do with a car, but like
You
you're
want
taking
some
a
clearance,
while.
yeah.
Definitely
could do it in the Jeep, brother.
you could do it in the
Oh,
Jeep
yeah.
for sure.
100
But
Ps.
this was an accessible spot, and
we did run into our neighbors there.
Yeah, it was an accessible.
we
It was
did.
an accessible spot, which is cool to note because, like we're saying, like we went up saying, "Oh, we're gonna fish this spot. We're gonna fish that spot," and it's like, no, those spots. Roger's like, no. This spot was accessible, and it was a dope brookie lake.
Yes.
We fished from shore.
Yeah.
And we'll get into this, but like it was a great lake, just off of
We
this
can
like
get
road.
into it now. Like
Yeah,
we're at that
here.
part
Let's
of the
get into
story.
it. So
Can I get into it, boys?
Actually, wait, no.
We pulled up.
One thing happened
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
and it was the stream walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So
we
we-
pulled up. We park.
yeah.
We see the obvious lake, and we're like, well, let's not go here.
But then we see the obvious stream. We're like, let's go there.
Yeah. So we start going downstream.
Cascading.
We went full adventure mode.
And can I say
we
that this
threw the drone up and looked at it first?
we did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
When
we
you're-
were taking pictures of you guys.
Yeah.
When you're
You'll never
shooting
fish in
stuff
the
and
lake.
you've got drones, this sort of thing helps with scouting.
Use the technology.
Yeah, but this cascading stream, it was basically a waterfall,
Yeah.
kind of like what we experienced upstate New York, where you have these streams that flow down mountainsides. And
Whoa, easy,
Calm
buddy.
down, buddy. Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you for settling down.
These streams flow down. It was a honking horn in the street. Sorry, they flow down mountainsides, and so what you have is like a bit of a waterfall, a pool, a bit of
Yeah.
waterfall, a pool.
Yeah.
And Roger,
a classic brookie.
So-
scenario.
exact classic
pretty.
native brookies, and Roger was like, "You want to fish stock and native fish the lake. You want to fish native brookies. People catch them in the creek. And
Yeah.
we're like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. So we fished the creek, but it's bushwhacky.
It was a
Oh, yeah.
slog.
Well, it was a
pretty
slog. Well, although when I first, you guys kind of were doing a little bit of cast because we saw that brookie right when we pulled up to the lake. We see the brookie right by the bridge. Brother of the road.
Vin Diesel, is that you?
It was a bike, man. It
What
was
up,
a ninja.
Vin?
It was a ninja. That was a
Does he-
Kawasaki
does he-
Hayabusa.
Does he?
One love.
Does Vin Diesel ride motorcycle? Vin Diesel, if you're listening to this, what kind of motorcycle do
And
you
people
ride?
might not hear this because of the noise gating, but there's motorcycles driving
No,
by.
I feel like the people
They'll hear
hear
it.
Yeah.
Honestly, thank you for hanging on to the show. We've had a couple beers now. We're talking about stupid shit. We're meandering.
Okay. Much like the streamer.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Meandering stream.
Nice.
So, okay.
Little initial bushwhack. Little scrambling.
Well, so we pull up to the lake. We see a brook trout. Idis and Yilmer are like, what?
Let's spook it immediately.
They start freaking out. They're like, we got to start casting. So they go and start
Obviously.
casting into this lake. Great. I get it.
Yeah.
Aldo and I are like, well, and it didn't happen. The fish went, it just disappeared, which was kind of wild. But anyway,
Kind of wild when you're casting a fly the size of it.
Yeah.
No,
That was weird.
we
Although,
had one. We just didn't set the hook.
I know. Aldo and
Totally, yeah.
Aldo and I said, let's go check this stream out just a little bit. So we went down and we started, our initial instinct was maybe just throw a little dry and just see if we can get a rise in these small pools, And it's like, okay, nothing hit. Let's maybe throw like a little nymph or something. Nothing hit. Okay, we go back to the road, take a second. You guys had a moment where you hooked a brook trout and it was like, shit, okay, well, the lake is happening. But then we all come back to the quads and we're like, maybe we should follow this thing down to the river because we saw on your maps from that app that this creek that meanders down the mountainside opens up into a riv. And we're like,
Yes.
well, and Roger's like, that's where the native brookies are.
Yes.
Well, who's hiking down this thing? Not a lot of people.
No.
So we're like, this is where we're going to catch fish.
Yes.
This is where we're going to catch native Ontario brook trout.
Yeah.
Which is rad.
Oh, I was so stoked for that.
Well,
We were
that's
like,
what-
let's go down the creek. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I
let's
know.
go.
Well, I know. You take two steps and you're at the bottom. And I'm like, barely making my way down, a little sourdough rolling down the hill.
I was checking that it was safe.
Barely surviving.
I was like, I'm making sure the bottom was safe for everybody, you know? I go down quick.
Thank you. You did. You did.
It was fun to bring my background of rock climbing and exploring.
That was
fly
cool.
fishing, and I felt it was really nice to share that with my fly fishing friends.
It was cool and helpful.
It was super cool. Yeah.
And helpful. It was helpful. But I will say, we rolled down the river and we hit my favorite part of the whole trip, which was the waterfall, which was like one of those spots you find when you're
beautiful.
lost.
Yeah, it was pretty
You're just
magical.
lost, and you're sort of just like, we're going to just go fucking explore and adventure. And you kind of just are like, yeah, that looks like it's going to be good. It's going to go somewhere. And then it does.
The thing was, greasy.
When we got there, I was like, Aldo, should I cast there? Do you think I can? Permission? And she's like, yeah, go, buddy. We casted, and then we had a little bit of action, and then he's like, why do you keep losing fish? And then Mitch got in.
Yeah,
and you can continue now, Mitch.
Well, no, it's just that you would have caught the fish, but I saw this place and I was like, I love you, Ilma. I gotta do this.
He did catch a fish.
You did. You
I
hooked
did.
it.
I just didn't-
Beautiful. We
yeah.
saw it.
Yeah.
Small little brook trout.
Of course, he saw. He launched it in the sky.
Like, well, here we go.
He fucking said, he said it like it was a tarpon. I was like, okay, see you later.
And then that fish is now in Manitoba. But best wishes. And we knew there was brook trout in there. And no, the fish came off and went back into the waterfall. And we're like, okay, well, there's brookies here. There's a big water, like probably, I would say a 15, 20-foot waterfall with a big pool and lots of spots where you could cast. Like, there's not one, like, cast right there. There's a run over here and a rock there that's making this thing. And so, yeah, we fished it, and I caught our beautiful brook trout
on
a Adams.
It was a hopper.
Yeah, it was,
definitely a hopper.
It was on Chernobyl.
Chubby Chernobyl.
Yeah, because I was doing a hopper dropper. That's right. It was on it. So I was doing a hopper drops. And, in my mind, I want to say it was an Adams because it would have hit an Adams.
Totally. I think it would have hit whatever you put in front of it.
I think so, too. It hit a chubby. So
I know I've always found in those little streams that it's such a big, I feel like.
Can't say no.
Like, it's a can't say no thing. I feel like there isn't as much food as we think there is in those places.
And that food is ripping by.
Yeah. Oh, especially there. Ripping.
Yeah.
So you get a big old
That's a good point.
spicy chicken floating by.
Yeah.
You're eating it.
You're having a bite.
That's a good point because
Like,
that creek's
brookies
not
are
seeing
always-
hatches, like
No.
there.
Not no.
It's too fast moving. It's not the right water.
It's too furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too fast and it's too damn furious. Number one. Number two, Tokyo Drift. No, that was 3, right?
Well, chronologically, Tokyo Drift was the last one.
Oh shit! Well, there you go.
So,
well,
no
it
big
hit a
deal,
chubby
whatever.
Chernobyl
Okay.
and didn't hit the dropper, and got the fish in, kept it wet. This is a delicate native brook trout that's living in a little stream in a waterfall. It was just it was stupidly beautiful fish.
That was a pretty wild coloring.
I've very rarely seen a brookie look like that.
It was just so delicate. I was like, okay, we took barbless hooks, got it out, and the fish was never left the water, and we took quick shots and then put it back, and it was like, damn, okay, this is cool. This is like this is it.
Stoke was high.
The stuff was mucho high.
But that waterfall was just like,
awesome.
Man, if you had a cabin near there, like that's the kind of place you'd go and just chill, all the time.
Yeah,
that was a good little swimming pool.
Yeah,
you'd meditate there, pontificate.
So we're like, okay, well, let's keep going down.
You'd write the next great Canadian novel there.
Oh shoot!
Mm-hmm.
Are you joshing me right now?
No, he's not.
Josh wasn't there.
Here, man.
Holy moly!
But we're like, let's keep going down. So we kept going down, and
that was a mistake.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what? There's probably more fish, but I don't know. They just weren't hitting, and also it just got kind of trench, like it was a lot of rocks.
Not just that, it's just like the water
elevation
was like
changes a lot.
By the time we got to the bottom of the gorge, the water was like flat.
Yeah, totally
And-
nothing.
Yeah,
But honestly, like
featureless.
when we first got down to the bottom of the
I
initial
was like,
waterfall,
it's just
that spot looked.
You can see
super
maybe at
greasy.
certain times of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, totally, bro.
You know what I mean? Like winter or fall or really early spring.
So basically, any other time than the time that we were there.
Yeah. Basically, from now until like all of summer, like it's that kind of like, oh man, that looks brookie-ish.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't know. It's just too warm and muddy. You know, it's like, oh, that log. There has to be a brookie under there.
Yeah.
There just ain't. And it's like,
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah, what's cool about those streams, like even the upstate New York ones, is like, there's a fish.
Yeah.
Like, because of the, the cascading.
Yeah. Waterfalls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the GoPros just turned off. 2 seconds.
Oh, 2 seconds. One of the GoPros turned off.
All was freaking out.
If you're watching this on YouTube, there might be
there you go.
a bit of a
We're
black
back,
moment with Aldo and Yilma, but that's okay.
Back.
Yeah, the cascading waterfalls really do.
Yeah, they, like even like we were saying in upstate New York, you'd fish a plunge pool.
Yeah.
And there might be a fish there.
Yeah.
And then, you take a couple casts because it's like the size of a kiddie pool.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, keep moving. Like, do not work the water.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, take a few casts and just keep moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
cover some ground. And if the fish says no, like, whatever.
And that's part of the fun, I think, is like, because like, as your point of rock climbing or hiking, it kind of turns into that.
You're just
It's like
exploring,
that,
man.
You're just exploring.
Yeah.
Which was super cool. And there's like, man, I know we didn't really catch any fish down there, but what a cool spot to be.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Like that
100%. We're at the
landscape.
bottom of a gorge.
I kept in my head, I kept going like, we're about to see a cabin.
Yeah.
Because I'm just used to seeing people. We were like remote, guys.
Yeah.
Like we were like,
I was thinking we were going to see another moss.
yeah, me too. Actually, and then I was like, okay, where's the bears at? Because we were like, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like this is pretty remote.
It felt pretty berry.
It felt super berry.
yeah.
Really? It felt moosey.
Oh, both. It was like, oh yeah, this beautiful little creek valley, clean fresh water from the drink.
Yeah.
But that said, like it's quite the cliff for like animals to traverse.
Sure.
But that's a really great one for a bear to live in.
To live
big
in,
time.
yes, exactly. yeah.
that talus field, like, come on now.
What's a talus field?
So a talus field, for everyone who's not in the rock climbing world, is
Or a huge nerd.
Yeah, or a huge nerd. It's also known as similar to a scree slope
Yo.
at the bottom of a cliff where all the loose rock has fallen down. Big blocks like refrigerator, washing machine size blocks.
Yeah.
Makes a big hill of loose blocks. You call it a talus field.
Mitch is like, I know what a refrigerator is.
Bro. Yo. Refrigerator size block?
We talking about
Motherfucker.
refrigerators?
We're talking
what
about
kind of fridge? We talking about your bar fridge? We're talking about a side by
Hold on a
side
second
fridge.
here. You talking
freezer
refrigerator?
on top, freezer on the bottom. What are we talking
Again,
about?
we're so sorry about this podcast.
This talus field,
I
though,
think it's good,
this
though.
talus field was legit, man.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that was
it was very
yeah.
hard to traverse.
The thing with talus fields, when you're hiking in them, there is a high risk of breaking your legs.
I know. And that was a worry. I'm like, someone's going to break their ankle.
Absolutely.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
And it's going to be Yilma because he's laughing at the big
Well, so we decided when we pulled the plug on this situation, I did notice a trail on the way in. There was a flag trail. And we're like, well, we can go back this way. But Aldo was like,
long
well,
walk.
yeah.
Aldo's like, let's just beeline it up
He's
the
like,
cliff.
the road's this way.
We were also boiling.
It was
It
so
was
hot.
very hot at this point.
Yeah.
Get up the
Very
cliff,
humid.
get back to the thing. So we did, and it was
Yeah,
a
we
bitch.
just bushwhacked up this cliff and
It was
did
kind of
some
fun, to
scrambling.
be honest. Now,
It was
looking
good.
back
I
on
liked
it, it
that
was a
too.
Type 2 fun moment.
It
Oh,
was,
it's cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
I was into it.
I did see, I got to relive my childhood. My life flashed before my eyes.
Yep.
As I almost died.
Yep.
When was this? When did you almost die?
Day
I
two.
don't know, man. Every time, baby.
Oh, okay.
So we got back to
At the
we
talus
got,
field,
yeah,
man.
We got back to the road.
You know what talus field
without
is?
issue.
I can explain. So basically, you get like refrigerator, fucking ovens, and you just make them rocks.
Yeah.
You put that shit down, and
Don't
you can break an
confu-
ankle.
don't confuse it with a scree slope. Totally different thing.
Okay. So rock. Let's go.
So rock fly. Yeah, so we got up. Okay, cool. Great morning
Yeah.
of exploring,
Adventurous.
adventurous morning. Down,
Found some trout. Found some
trout,
beautiful waterfalls.
Beautiful waterfall.
We're
really nice
hungry
for us.
now. We're
Let's go eat
thirsty.
some lunch. Chill at
Yeah.
the ATVs.
So we chilled at the ATVs. We got some lunch, and as we were eating lunch, the fish in the lake started going buck
Little-
wild.
flipping, flopping.
Flipping, flopping, blipping, blopping.
We're like, damn, those are all trout. Like we knew they were trout.
Oh yeah.
We just knew. Like we didn't
well, there's
know.
nothing else in there.
No.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
But we're like, we have to go find out. So we were like, well, let's get in there and fish. And
Took
we
a different
started fishing. We started slamming trout, boys.
Yeah, there was a fairly shallow lake with a bit of a deep.
Yeah. An interesting lake. Like
It
its
is.
structure.
Not very big.
Not big.
No.
Not deep. It looked like there was a drop off. It's like we'd wade in as far as you could, and then it's weed bed, and then it looked like, I want to say like a rock shelf or something.
Dropped off.
Where
Did it,
you
though?
really started banging fish, Adis,
Yeah.
like when I was flying the drone, it did look like there was like just a bit, like they were all hanging on those rocks
Yeah.
right before the drop.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think that this was the key. It's like that's where we saw them, was kind of on this little like point of rock, kind of was like a shelf scattered with, relatively large size little boulders everywhere,
Cold water.
and super slippery.
Yeah.
So-
Yes, very slippery.
and like super slippery rock, and then very deep silt.
Yeah.
I think like it, now knowing that place exists,
Yeah.
going back down there with like a watermaster or a canoe or something.
yeah.
Flow
Big time.
tubes.
It would be so much fun.
Yeah.
It's the perfect flow tube lake.
Like
Big
it's
time.
big, it's small, but it's bigger than you think. When we say small, like it's not
And
it's
again,
not super small, but it's not big.
Like
and
I
like
would
Flow
no
tube would be
wind.
with
no wind.
perfect.
That
I would,
day.
and it
That
had
day,
like
yeah.
a cliff
Little cliff
Yeah.
on
on one
thing.
side.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
cool. It's like blocking it from the
And
wind.
also food wise, we're talking like tadpoles. I saw a whole bunch of tadpoles.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
those trout they're eating they're gonna be eating that stuff. Like
And
they're not
For
just
sure.
eating bugs.
And there's probably
Damselflies, minnows, like
that one weed patch we saw. There's probably packed full of
Yeah.
damselfly nymphs.
so there's
Yeah.
streamer fish, which is obviously but it's just like it's a well-fed lake, and there's a ton of trout in there.
yeah,
Ton,
and the
yeah.
thing is too. There's obviously the bridge that we were on. There's the outflow stream, but on the other side of the lake, at least according to the map, there's an inflow
Right.
stream.
Yeah,
So
Which
that
is-
would be cool too to fish that side if you had a boat.
totally.
That was
By a
another
boat,
one
I
of
mean
those.
a little a kick tube or
Yeah.
a watermaster.
A
Something.
kick tube would be perfect.
yeah, I agree.
Would
What
be
about
so fun.
wait? What about an iCross?
No, incorrect.
Let's get that shit out of here. But I'd say-
Pop-Tart flow nest.
I'd say that other creek on the other end of the lake was the other thing on that trip. Just like that trail we couldn't get into.
Yeah.
That creek was like, fuck, man, what's over there?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
there's got to be
You
some
could
shit over
spend.
there.
I would be so happy to spend the whole day there.
Dude, if we had tubes,
Yeah.
which if we ever go back, which I think we should,
Bring
Oh,
the
yeah.
tubes.
100% we'll bring tubes, and we'll spend a day
the
kicking
tea.
around.
Even in you could do
Just
in a
floating there would be fun.
canoe.
Honestly, bros, you know
Oh,
what
yeah,
we could
canoe
do
would
it
be
in?
fine there. The raft.
Oh yeah, we bought a drift boat.
Could do it in that. A couple people in
you could
tubes.
definitely do it in that.
Totally.
You
man.
could
Yeah.
definitely do it in that raft.
Or to your
roll
point-
around and just have people launching from it. It'd be
Yeah.
so
To
cool.
Idis's point, a canoe, throw it on side by side, throw it on
Totally.
whatever. Like, yeah.
Oh, we could just
100%.
take everything in the Jeep.
Get one of those
Throw it in your
like
Jeep.
one of those
Jeep, yeah.
inflatable donuts, a swan,
Dude, honestly. Yeah.
literally anything.
But as long as you float,
so
you're good.
I just actually was doing the heavy lifting on the fish. He was hitting that drop off, finding them on the
You were
rocks.
sending casts. Can I just say,
Yeah.
can I take a second?
Wait, he doesn't like compliments.
I know, but he's ready, man. He's got the glasses on and his shoes match.
He's ready for it.
When your shoes match your glasses, you're ready for a plint. That's a short form for compliment. Your casting is very good.
Thanks, man.
You were sending
very good.
You were sending it, man. Was he
thanks,
not
Jeff.
sending
No,
it?
he was.
Oh, he was sending
No,
it.
Thanks,
you were
Jeff.
I
sending
was
it.
like,
Sending.
damn, bro. Like,
Yeah, no, you've gotten very good at fishing, but
launching it.
Thank you. I like
Yeah,
that
no
rod.
problem.
Okay, so like, what was I mean, something we don't usually nerd. Wow.
Are we nerding?
Wow.
All right, let's just take a
Let me-
second here.
little crack.
Call a goddamn ambulance because all those stroking it.
I'm stroking out here.
Crap.
What were the setups?
My friend.
Let me grab a wobbly pop here.
What were the setups? Like, I mean, we had
I
we were
I
on
had a
mainly
cross
floating,
water
little floating line action.
floating.
5 weight, 6 weight. Aegis, you were on a 6 weight.
I had a 5. I just had a 6.
I had
You had-
7.
You were fishing a 7 weight.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I thought you were fishing your butter.
No,
Yeah,
not.
buddy. Send those brookies to heaven.
No, I didn't fish the butter.
What rod were you fishing?
The Reddington
The Wrangler.
Wrangler.
Right, you had the
Yeah.
Wrangler on. What were you fishing at?
I was fishing a Sage R8 9-foot 6 weight.
Oh, I'm sorry. The R8.
I
The
guess we'll just go. We'll leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just
The,
leave.
the sucker I caught on the butter
It's the
stick.
elitist cast now. An
Yeah.
R8. Wow.
It's a nice rod.
must be fucking nice.
Thank
must
you,
be nice.
Farbank.
Yeah, very nice
Must
rod.
be
Must be nice.
fucking nice.
Anyway, so
I mean,
yeah,
I've got that Honda Rebel 500 behind. I mean, I don't know.
whatever. Yeah.
So yeah, I think the move in that, like, for sure is like a little 6 weight, 7 weight action. If we went
Yeah.
back, I would
Yeah.
definitely, I would bring a sinking and intermediate line just to
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
just to see.
Play
But I think where we were, because we were so shallow.
Yeah, I think when you're gonna go fish a lake for trout, like I feel like if you don't really know what you're doing on that lake, like be nimble.
Yeah,
like
big time.
bring various setups so that you can figure out maybe what's
Yeah.
working at that.
Is that
moment.
nimble?
Well,
Isn't
I
nimble
suppose. Sorry, sorry, you're right. Not nimble. Be
Versatile.
versatile. Be versatile.
Adaptable.
Be adaptable. That's the word I was
There we
thinking
go.
about. Nimble would be a trailblazer, you know, like. But
Yeah.
no, be
But we
versatile.
broke that at
Bring,
that point.
bring.
We're still on day 2.
I would say bring 2
This podcast is
setups.
insane.
You know, like that's
if you can, or like a sink tip.
yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
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 And then you were like fishing at the like traditional wets.
Oh yeah. So yeah, super slow retrieve, and then I was fishing a size 6 carry special.
Wow.
That's
Old school,
sick.
bro.
And
That's sick. I appreciate that.
It felt good.
I was fishing a thin mint
Ooh.
olive,
Woof.
which is just a skinny woolly bugger. You know what? Actually, it was from. Oh, sorry, spilling some beer over here.
Not the first time.
Fuck you, Yilma.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Mr. Judgy over
Mr.
here.
Judgy pants over here.
Judgy McJudgerson.
Excuse me?
The thin mint was actually from the guy
Is it like a Frenchie?
in Montana.
No.
No,
not at
it's
all.
a thin woolly bugger.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's what
Yeah.
we were using in Montana on the Missouri.
I feel like it's like a woolly bugger without dubbing.
Oh.
You mean a woolly bugger with dubbing?
Yeah.
No, like with the body's like super thin, so it sinks.
Right.
So
Okay,
no,
you don't dub a woolly bugger.
or like there's no.
Chenille.
Okay, whatever.
But you could dub that shit if you want.
But that's I think what a
Chenille,
thin mint
yeah.
is you dub
Dubbed.
it. Yeah,
Oh.
so it's skinny. Skinny.
I like
or
that.
you use skinny chenille.
I actually prefer.
Micro
I
chenille.
actually kind of prefer a dubbed woolly bug.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I like micro chenille personally,
Yeah.
or crystal flash.
I feel like
Yeah.
or
chenille.
crystal chenille is what I mean.
Chenille just gives me too much oomph.
You know, I started rapping.
Me too. I'm not a big
No.
big
You know what I
chenille
mean?
fan, to be
No.
honest.
It's
with
so
Can I be honest with you guys
hardy.
right now?
Yeah, go.
Can I be honest with
can
you?
I be absolutely honest with you guys?
Can I be honest
right
with you?
now, right
Fuck chenille.
Whoa,
Yeah.
holy smoke.
I actually agree.
Sorry, hairline.
It's
I'm so
too
sorry.
much.
It's too much. It's too much, especially in in
Like all chenille?
no. Yeah, no, I like micro chenille.
Yeah.
And I like crystal
But
chenille.
no. We're talking reg chenille. Is too much. It's too much
Yeah.
beef.
Or she.
I'm not down with it anymore.
No.
Like maybe bass fishing,
Yeah, if you're doing like a crawfish or something like that.
I guess.
sure.
But like I think when it comes to stillwater fishing, much like when it comes to like Euro nymphing or whatever,
Yeah.
the profile of the nymph or streamer to get that depth quickly is so important. Like the hydrodynamics of the whole fly.
yeah.
Like you need less
Thin.
water resistance to get
Yes.
down
Exactly.
quicker, especially I think especially with brookies and lakes because it does have to be delicate to an extent. They're not
Yeah.
going to hit a fucking
And I would say the
game
same.
changer.
I'd
No.
say the same for streamers on a lake.
Yeah.
Like you're not fishing a bugger an inch below the surface on a lake. Like if you're above a rock structure, you want a thin fly
Yeah.
so that it sinks.
Yeah.
And chenille's always been like, it's just float. It's just
Yeah, I know.
floaty, and
I have
I've
a friend
never
named
liked
Chenille.
Can I tell you guys something?
Do you actually have a friend named Chenille?
Yeah,
That's-
that's high school with a girl named
That's why I
Chenille.
like dubbing more. And then you put a little weight above the fly, and that's sink. Like chenille, I don't know. It's just something about it.
You
I
know,
don't know.
another great development in fly tying.
Yeah.
I love all the bead colors. I'm a big
Yeah.
hot
Yeah.
spot bead
Ooh.
guy.
Matte. Matte.
The matte beads are sick.
Matte beads are dope. Like a matte black.
I love an orange bead.
I like your bite.
I love
like
a
the
pit.
Like my
holographic beads.
like that bike
love-
behind you.
I love a pink bead.
Mm-hmm.
Purple?
Yeah, you're a big pink bead
Purple.
man.
Pink is a big confidence
is good.
color. Orange is a big confidence color
Pink
for
is
me now.
good. Where you going, Itis? I have to kind of pee too.
Itis is gonna go pee.
Should we take a pee break?
Pee break.
This could be a great time for our ads and also for our best fishing story ever.
Okay, great. Pee break, and then we'll wrap up the
Okay,
weekend.
so we got a pee break and we got a best fishing story ever. Enjoy.
go.
And we're back. And
Yeah.
hopefully you enjoyed that best fishing story ever. It's from
Who knows?
somebody interesting that I'm going to record like tomorrow.
Yep.
Because I've got a best fishing story ever in the books, but it's lined up for the Marguerite.
Mm.
Oh, wait. Yes,
that
it
was
is.
a very loud
Yeah.
whistle. Wow. Yeah.
So this one's for a different one. But anyways, so here we are. We're back. We had a couple fun days at Elk Lake, and now we're on to the third day. I took off because I had a cold.
Yeah. Not
And
feeling so good.
I wasn't feeling good, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get the hell out of here because what am I gonna just lay around this cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
you could do that.
You could, but I don't want to. You
I'm
wanna
not. It's an easy stone's throw away from Toronto, man.
Yeah.
You hop in the car, you're not feeling good, you just take off.
Yeah, true.
That's what I
Freaking
did.
take off, eh?
That's what I did.
Yeah,
I
Brookie-
beelined it back.
Brookie Day was pretty fun though.
Brookie Day was fun.
successful.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
So what did you guys get up to when I was gone? Huh?
Oh, what didn't we get?
Okay,
up to?
so we woke up depressed,
Yeah,
knowing that you were
super
leaving.
sad.
So there's that. Sad.
We spent some time journaling.
Thanks, boys.
Remember LiveJournal? Anyway,
I do.
we decided that we were speaking earlier with Roger,
The Raj.
Yep.
and we were saying
His Majesty.
There's a dam
Yeah.
further up. Indian Chutes Dam?
Yeah.
Further
Pretty
up.
close to Elk Lake.
20 minutes on the 20 minutes driving time from Elk Lake.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he said that, at this time of year, the bass are stacking up in the rapids.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's a bunch of other stuff there, and et
Yeah,
cetera,
man.
et cetera, et
Beautiful.
cetera.
Yeah, fishing near gyms is sick.
And
Hell yeah, brother.
hell yeah.
The more precarious and dangerous it seems, the better the fishing.
You know what,
It's just
though?
science.
So Roger's like, oh, you're going to have to scramble down the cliff. It's super
No.
dangerous. It's right by the dam. We get there, and it's a portage trail.
He did. He did mention that it was a portage trail.
Oh, he did?
He did.
Oh, my
yes.
bad.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually a pretty innocuous trail to the water.
Yeah.
And you
Sick.
actually aren't,
That's
the dam,
Yeah.
you're close to it, but you're not.
Dangerously close.
No.
Not anywhere near it.
No.
You're okay.
Like there's very obvious death water,
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
and then it
And then there's the fishing water.
exactly.
So it's sort of like, let's not go near the death water.
exactly. And
Yeah.
there's a campsite. There's
It's
a
insane.
trail. You know.
There's there's a bonfire pit.
yeah.
like-
Is that not-
beautiful little spot.
So sorry, that's not the Macobee. That's still the Elk, but it's north.
It's the Montreal River.
Montreal.
It's the Montreal.
The Elk.
sorry, the Elk. I'm making new rivers here, boys. A couple of Filsners, and I'm inventing jogs. It's not the Macobee. It's
You
close
look
to the
fucking
Macobee.
insane with that hat on.
I feel insane, but you know what? Tuesday night, hey, if I can see the moon and it's still day.
Oh shit! It's the Death Star.
How do you know it's a simulation, Yoma? Start freaking out. Baby.
Yeah.
No, there's no mushrooms here. So, anyways, but
Tell that to Adis. Tell it to Hunter S. Adis over there.
Hunter S. Adis. But anyways, yeah, it's not the Macobee, it's the Montreal, and when you get up that far, it starts to kind of narrow out, right?
Yeah, big time.
You know what? The time that we went in the summer with Idis and we took the boats way up, though, if we had kept going,
Yeah.
we would have arrived at this place.
Imagine
That's
we
right.
did.
In fact, we
It would have been so great if we
Oh
did.
my
if we
God.
did, it
If
would
we
have
did,
been
we would have been
fucking
like,
amazing.
And that's what I
dude.
was thinking about when I asked Roger about, hey, what's the deal with this falls? And he's like, oh yeah, we got campers that we used to take boats right up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, we should have done that.
So
we
we-
always
yeah.
went to
So-
Mountain Lake, which is cool. But
Oh, Mountain Lake's great too.
it's great.
So we went anyway. So we went down. We looked. We're like, oh man, the gorge is crazy. Like, a lot of water, powerful. The dam was fully open, so
Oh,
the
yeah.
water was just like,
Oh yeah.
It was.
it was
going.
ripping, dude. But then we
Wow.
get down to the bottom of the portage trail, and there's
Yeah.
like people in like jigging for walleye in their boats. There's like a family having lunch.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we had a moment when we parked at the dam and we're like,
And we're
there's all
like,
these like
oh, we're
no trespassing,
fucked.
no trespass. We're like, oh, I don't know about this, man. Like,
But we
this
were
is-
in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Then we found the portage trail. We're like, oh, this is the clearly marked portage trail. Let's just go here.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
It's an easy
Yeah.
walk down. We put our stuff down. We start getting rigged up. Getting pretty excited because
that
It
water
looks
looked
juice.
fishy.
Super
Yeah.
fishy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Yoma, you should walk.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, well, what
Yeah,
happened
This is
next?
kind of your shining moment,
All
of
right,
the trip.
which rod from the quiver did you choose for your day here?
I think I still had the 7-weight.
The Wrangler bass.
Wrangler.
Incorrect. You were on the original.
Was I?
You were.
Oh.
Oh.
Fuck, that's
Good
true.
toe.
The
Yeah.
original, the Reddington original 8-weight.
It's a great rod, man.
Yeah.
So Yoma, go again. For that day, what did you choose?
I chose the Reddington original 8-weight.
Oh, nice.
Mhm. Yeah. So we got to this little corridor action there on a piece of rock, and I can't remember what fly we took.
You
That's
took-
okay. Probably a
Fucking
woolly
no.
bugger.
No. It was one of those real flies.
It was it was one of the a Rio kind.
Oh.
Yeah.
It would have been one of those like marabou-y.
Nope.
No?
No.
You
What's it called?
remember?
Okay, it's just like,
Idis, what is
can
it?
you just tell us, man?
He's dialed.
I don't
with
remember
his-
what it's called actually.
Oh my god.
It was
what
one
did
of
it
the.
look like?
It was one of the Bram. What's his name? Bram.
Stoker's Dracula.
Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yes.
The guy that wrote Dracula Tried to Fly for Rio. Yeah,
Big time. Big time. Big time.
What
No,
did the fly look like?
No. So actually, so I went. Brief segue into tying nerdiness. I was watching this bunch of these tying videos. I forget his last name. Someone's gonna jump in here. Bram's his first name. He's one of the tyers for Rio.
Okay.
Jesus.
So he was. It's rabbit strip in the back, and then it's a new material that I found out about last night. That was like, it's like some of this shaggy fur that pushes water, doesn't float, doesn't absorb water. So it has
Polar.
Something. It was like a little thing they put in a
Synthetic,
dubbing loop.
maybe?
Yeah, it's a synthetic. Lead eyes. Gets down olive colored. It's not the finger mullet. I think some people might think it is, but it is not.
Okay.
Anyway, so was learning about this material last night. Similar to deer hair, similar properties, but doesn't float.
Doesn't
it's a
float.
synthetic.
But repels water.
Repels
Doesn't
water.
float.
Anyway, so
It's cool.
Yilma puts one on. Olive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Olive. Okay.
Olive. And of course, first cast.
I've got it, guys.
What is it?
Rio's Brammer Seasoned Geezer.
Seasoned Geezer. That's it. I was texting Ethan
Oh,
about
that's a
this.
great name.
It's actually a fucking banging fly.
Yeah.
Can I see a pic?
Big time.
Yeah, it's got rabbit strip on the back.
It's a little like
It's got like a craft furry type
Yeah.
scenario as the head.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't remember what that
lot
material's
of like good flashaboo, a nice underbody, good.
Good profile.
It just good profile, moves water, but not too much.
Yeah.
Sinks,
yeah.
dumbbell eyes, boom.
The sinking part was.
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah,
the,
yeah.
But it was an olive.
Show
Yeah.
cam.
Yeah.
Cam.
Okay, let me get the olive one out.
That's cool.
If you're
That's cool.
watching this, check out our YouTube.
The head is made from material called fuzzy fiber.
Okay.
Mhm. Fuzzy fiber. Yeah.
Super cool
Okay.
material.
So you toss that
honestly,
on.
Yeah.
we got those again. Thanks, Reddington, Rio, Ethan,
Yeah.
etc. But when we got we got a bunch of flies. When we opened these flies, we were like, these are the flies.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
We were like, these are the ones we need for up here, like for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These will
Yeah.
work, no problems.
Because they're a minnow, they're a crayfish.
Totally. It's like, 2.5
Leech.
inches long.
Leech,
Not
yeah.
a big fly.
Yeah.
You don't need the
Well, size 6.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And
But-
so you threw it on the rod.
We're like in
there.
a little back eddy here. But sorry, Yilma, you take
No,
it.
no,
Yilma, go.
This is
Yilma,
you, man. This is you.
3, 2, 1, yellow.
It's a group podcast. Yeah. So, to be honest, always my first cast this whole trip, I miss the fish. So again, I casted, and it's like a 21-inch smallie hits the fly hard, and
It was huge.
I set the hook, but not hard enough. Kind of lackadaisical came
Yeah.
out of its mouth. And then, so Aldo's like, yeah, just throw it back in again. So I threw it back in again a couple times, let it sink a little further, and then wham, the hardest pull I've felt on a smallie in a very long time.
I think
Wow.
Aldo and I were still like trying to get rigged up at this point.
Yeah.
His rod is like,
Bent over.
Dubbed.
It's like,
And you're on an 8 weight.
I'm on an 8 weight. Yes, exactly. I'm on an 8 weight, and my rod is like a butter stick.
Getting,
Yeah.
getting
It-
woofed.
Yeah.
it was getting whiffed.
Well,
Big
you
time.
texted me because you guys were sending me shots that day. You're like,
Yeah.
you sent me a picture of that fish, and you're like, dude, this is my best smallie.
Yeah.
Best
This is
smallie.
my PB.
Yeah.
So we land. It jumps. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aldo might have gotten that
We land-
on footage. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was insane. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty
holy
wild.
shit.
I was like, ooh.
Trying to net it, not fall in the water off these like sloping rocks. and
Tarpon
stuff.
of the fresh.
Oh man. And it was so beautiful, and the color was insane. Those tiger stripes were
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Smallmouth
Well,
are so
very
beautiful.
foamy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah.
So you guys must have been, and that was within how many casts?
Two.
two
So
or three.
first cast, he hooked a fish. Second cast, he hooked it again.
Yeah.
And it was your
Yeah.
PBs. You guys
Yeah.
were probably like, oh, this shit's
exactly.
on.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
exactly.
That's
And I'm so
exactly
glad
what
you
we were
said
saying.
that, Mitch.
Really good that you mentioned this.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, awesome. So then,
Aldo and I are raring to go.
so I rigged my rod, same fly.
Yeah.
Couple twitches, rod, just like the fly just stops,
yeah.
and so I just sat, and yeah, it just starts like, just
Just woof.
So I'm on the Wrangler bass 7 weight. This
Yeah.
thing is,
It's working.
it's working. It's doing its work. Land it. It's my I'm pretty sure this is my PB Smalley as well.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He's got a
On
great
your
shot
first
of it,
cast?
holding it like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Right after Yelma landed his.
Yeah. He's like this.
And so you're
I
like,
was just
I'm
like,
going
I
to
was
make
looking at it like in disbelief.
Yeah.
I was
Yelma
like,
landed his fish. You're like, okay, I'm going to make a cast. And you hooked
Exactly.
this.
That's
Big
exactly
Eve.
what happened. So now we're like,
Oh, it's on.
big time on, chef.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
It
was not.
So we were just like casting into this little eddy, not even into like the juiciest looking water.
Yeah.
Like not even
What
into
would
where
you-
there's
what
current.
you would assume would
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
juiciest
You
water.
were just like, that's got to hold a fish.
Totally.
We were on this beautiful current seam, back eddy, foam line, et cetera, all the food we got funneled in there. But you know what?
Deep pool. And you're like, throw it in there.
Not even deep.
6
man.
hours north of Toronto is a different world
Yeah.
It is.
in terms of temperature.
Yes.
And we were fishing. Granted, we caught those fish pretty quickly. We were fishing slow,
Very
Yeah.
slow.
like
Yeah.
bottom bouncing, like twitch,
Barely retrieving.
Yeah.
Letting the fish pick it up.
twitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
twitch.
Those fish were
But that's
chilly.
so we've gone to Elk Lake.
They were bass popsicles. Like the water
Yeah.
was cold, especially because there's so much oxygen in the water.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, it's a dam.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the water's getting pulled from the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's cold.
Yeah.
It's a ton of oxygen going through there, so it's keeping it cold.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Keeping the fish fine.
And the fish are happy,
Yeah.
but bass do activate in warmer temperatures, so
Yeah.
they were bass popsicles.
exactly. And you were probably fishing the warmest spot.
Yes, but that
Yeah.
was the other thing. The sky had opened.
Yeah, it turned into
There
a
was
beautiful day.
no clouds in the sky. Super
Wow.
sunny.
Conditions
We're
were just
feeling
aligning.
optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we fished, but bass that time of year.
And we got
Yeah.
we did get a couple pike as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will
Okay.
say.
And we saw we did like Yilma saw a big boy,
Yeah, big boy.
pike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hooked it and then spit it out right.
But
Yeah.
you know what's weird to me is, and probably you guys too, is you didn't hook
I
into
just caught a walleye.
Oh yeah, I caught a
You
walleye.
caught a wall?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
caught a walleye.
No way.
So
You got a
between-
Walter.
So between us, we got the Northern
Yeah,
Slam
yeah. I
No,
caught a walleye
damn.
and a big
Yeah.
old game changer.
No damn.
and a big yellow game changer.
Dang.
Like casting way
One you
out into
tied?
the yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
But
Yeah, thanks.
he got out there because of his cast.
that's
You know what's-
that's a cool moment.
You know what was interesting
Okay.
too, though? The walleye, the guys in the boats with the bait,
Didn't
Yeah.
catch anything.
didn't catch anything,
We're here. And then, want to know something else?
which is never a good sign.
I caught
No. You're catching one on a game changer, and the
Not
guys
a-
with the bait are like, we don't know.
Not only-
Minnows aren't working.
I caught it on the
It's
swing.
like, well, fuck. I got live minnows aren't working.
Yeah, you almost. I just swung up a walleye on a game changer.
Itis, tie 1,000 of those flies and sell them to Rio.
Yeah, it was a yellow game changer.
But that sounds kind of crazy to
It
me.
was
Yeah.
cool, but yeah,
That's cool, man.
It wasn't as
That's
active.
really cool.
It wasn't
Yeah.
as active as we thought.
We
it was
spent
gonna
like
be.
probably like 3 hours there, maybe 3-4 hours.
The fact that Itis pulled up a walleye on a game changer he tied when the bait guys were having trouble is a thing.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good
I will
for you
say
guys.
that was a good feeling.
It was
That's
nice.
a good feeling.
To kind of get you to understand what it looked like.
Yeah.
Remember the whirlpool in Attawapiskat?
Yeah.
That's what kind of felt like.
Right.
Yeah.
A whirlpool and on a website.
Remember that time
No.
where a bunch of different currents were going in and out? I think it was like maybe this. Yeah.
Nope.
Near one of the little islands?
Yeah.
Are you
Is-
thinking
I think
of a
so.
different place?
Island.
No, we were there. That's where I held
Island.
my pike like a.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I don't totally remember the whirlpool, but I
remember
know
when
what you
he
mean.
held it. We took a picture.
Like a
Dad
shotgun.
took a picture
Yeah,
of it. And it was like the shotgun pike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that.
Sick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Yumma's long-standing tradition of holding fish awkwardly.
You can see it in our upcoming content.
Keeps going.
Where Yuma held his
He was
personal
sitting-
best smallmouth like a
he was-
grenade launcher.
he was sitting on the rock like a 4-year-old child,
Yes.
and turning around. And
Yeah, like Yilma, just turn your body. Why are you
you're
turning
like,
your
"Yay!"
But isn't that perfect? Isn't that exactly how you felt?
Yeah.
Who cares,
I got,
man?
I got
Like a kid catching a
It's
fish.
just awesome. It's awesome.
Oh, I love that. I love that for photos. It's just like, who
It's just-
cares?
it's honest. Who cares?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you know what? You can always count on SoFly content being honest. we don't know
yeah.
what the fuck is going on. We catch a fish, we freak out, and just
Yeah.
get what we can.
We're barely functioning.
You know what I mean? But that's fishing, because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what it's like when you catch a personal best smallmouth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I netted the thing. I freaked out.
Yeah.
I was like, that is a humongous bass.
That's
that
so
was
cool,
a
man. That's so
chong.
cool.
Yeah.
It was big.
That's
Cool.
a special day.
It was a bit-
You got your PB, you got a
Yeah.
walleye and a game changer you tied in the winter. And I know you've been hunkered down tying flies. You caught a nice fish too. I mean,
His PB.
damn.
My
that sounds
PB.
cool.
Yeah,
your
it was
PB
pretty wild.
Smalley?
For sure.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh,
those,
okay.
That's a big
Can I
fish.
see all though, by?
It was
Yeah.
it was probably like a 6-7 pound.
Those
Oh
things-
my god,
Yeah.
dude.
I remember like I netted Yilma's and
Yeah.
I like picked up the net. I was like, woof.
That's a
that is a
big
slab.
6
It
or
was-
7 pounder.
Yeah.
It was these
Yeah.
were huge fish.
big.
Like I cannot
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I cannot
That's
I cannot
crazy, man. So I get
understand
why
how
you
big
guys
it-
would be absolutely stoked immediately because
So-
first 3 casts
Okay,
you're
so-
catching PB 6-7 pound smallies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
So
fishing.
interestingly
Genuinely,
enough-
genuinely too.
Interesting enough, a guy from the area who splits his time between Elk Lake and Florida.
Oh yeah, you were
Okay.
chatting,
we were,
chatting
you
to
know,
locals.
Nice guy.
Smart
he's
man.
like, yeah, I come back up here after a fish tarp, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
Because
but you know,
That's
it's a
pretty
beautiful
sick.
area. I just love tarpon.
I kind of feel like that's
So-
maybe what we might be doing in 10, 20 years.
What,
you
just-
mean
just
you mean
slamming
this
tarpon?
year?
Well, yeah, but I mean dividing
No,
our time
I mean-
between tarpon and Northern Ontario.
No, I'm
It's literally
a
happening now.
side note. I'm I'm currently looking for rentals in Tarpon.
How many
Land.
bedrooms are you talking about?
Oh, at least 2.
Okay, so you can have another person.
I want a
then.
guest, yeah.
Yeah.
To have guests. Anyway, he comes down and he's like, "Oh, the water is really high."
Yeah.
And we're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, they're letting out all the water from the dam." He's like, "Normally, because it's a big set of rapids, right?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Normally we can almost walk across this whole thing." And the Montreal River, for anybody who's been on it, is not a small river.
No.
So this is
It's
a
like one of
little.
those
It's a
lake
little
rivers.
bit of a choke point,
Yeah.
but it's still probably, I want to say, 300 meters across.
Yeah.
Right. Still flowing.
No, I mean like it's wide. It's
Yeah,
still
and
wide.
Lots
at
of
this point.
structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, normally like all these rocks are exposed, and like you can just pick off fish behind them all because
Yeah,
they're just waiting in the current. But it was just like,
You did not want to walk in that water.
no, you did not want
Blasted.
to. Did not want to get in the
Immediate
water.
death.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh, yeah.
definitely it. Like if you guys got those beefy boys
Well,
right
I also
away.
think like the temperature thing too.
Yeah.
Like the water was cold. It was fucking cold.
It's just we anyone
we
listening
check
like
the
that
temp?
fish a smallmouth knows like you're gonna come across like a whole bunch of like smaller smallmouth.
Yeah.
Like it's not hard to find smallmouth.
No.
To find two beefy fish right
Yeah.
off the bat, you know there's lots of little guys just hanging
Totally.
out.
Yeah.
Scared.
Scared
Yeah,
not
exactly.
feeding,
Yeah.
not feeding locked down,
Well,
you know.
there were pike in there too.
Yeah.
You
Right.
hooked up with a pike, and you
We
saw
got
that.
some hammer handles
big
too.
one.
Yeah.
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 It was a great morning, and then we had lunch at the Jeep, and then we drove back to Elk Lake, and then Jason's like, "You want to take the boat for a rip?" And we're like,
100%.
"Obviously,
Go see Roger's place downriver.
yeah, we saw
Yeah,
it.
we saw it.
It's
beautiful.
sick.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Roger and Mary Jo's place is sick.
It is good
for
to be
them.
mayor.
But it was a lot like
Good for them.
it's good to be the mayor. I am the mayor
After all.
But you know
make
what?
friends with
Much
mayors.
like I remember our very first trip where we had those banging days on the back lakes, and then we took the boats out on the Montreal River, which was super fun. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Beautiful boats.
Beautiful river, yeah.
But at that time of year, I think we're again just a bit early. The pike are
Yeah.
still in spawn mode,
Yeah.
and they're nowhere. They were
No.
and the cabbage hasn't grown,
Nope.
Yeah.
so they're like kind of MIA.
Yeah.
We caught some squeakers.
Yeah, little males.
You hit
Little-
that spot late July.
It's
You know what I
fucked.
mean? Like it's got to be lights out because like we've hooked big fish.
Yeah,
I mean, like
man.
my biggest fish. Remember that
It
nice?
was a
I got a
dude.
It's up
look,
there.
oh,
It's up
dude,
there
it's,
in the-
it's up there in the lobby.
Yeah.
no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
It's a
mean?
nice-
You were in the lobby.
Yeah, that's right, boys. Just say I was in the lobby.
No way.
I was
But
in the
yeah,
lobby, boys.
you're up. Yeah, that picture is up there of you
It's a nice
holding
fish,
that fish
and that's an early fish.
with your butt crack hanging out.
That's an
Do you
early
remember
fish.
That picture's
That was
so
an early
good.
fish.
We're real, baby. It's real.
I could be a plumber.
In another life, or maybe in this life, once AI takes over your job.
AI's taking my job and going to plumbing. Anyone listening, hook me up
Yeah.
with an apprenticeship. But
Plummy.
that fish was a nice fish, and that was an early fish. You fish that spot, Mountain Lake, or anywhere, like the chutes in July. Can
No,
you
it's
imagine
over.
that spot
It's
in
over.
July
Oh, dude,
for
it's,
bass?
It's
Yeah.
over.
Oh, dude, it's friggin' over, dude.
Because you're also not like those might have been post spawn
Yeah.
smallies you guys
no,
caught,
for sure pre-spawn.
pre-spawn
Pre-spawn.
that you guys caught. But
Yeah.
so
They
July,
They weren't betting.
No.
you're gonna have numbers in July, right?
Yeah.
Or honestly, man, like
Not
just a
even.
couple weeks. Like
Literally,
June.
Yeah.
June's gonna be
Like
fucking
it was
sick up there.
cold, man.
Like right now,
Yeah, right now.
beginning of June, we go up there.
Well, because it's worth noting, like up there, like in Toronto, it's pretty much summer now, right?
Yeah.
When we went up there, it was like the beginning of spring. Trees
Yeah.
were budding.
Yeah, there were no leaves.
There was
Like,
no
we left
leaves.
a very hot, like lush Toronto.
Yeah.
leaves have
exactly.
sprung
Yeah.
because we've had a hot spell. And we went
Yep.
there and it was like spring. You know,
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
cold, -6 at
Rainy.
night, rainy. I
Yeah.
got cold. I got cold from the weather.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened since before COVID,
There you
baby.
go. Something to do with like ripping down the highway unaddressed.
It was just it was very spring.
Yep.
You know what's cool about that shit though?
Literally everything.
No bugs.
Yes.
Yeah, we were.
No bugs.
I thought for sure I was like, we are gonna get
Torqued.
nuked
Yeah.
with bugs.
You almost freaking about bug jackets.
I was
Yeah.
too, man. I was,
Me
I was
too.
like, somebody bring
Because it's the black flies
You guys
are
are
just
busting
they'll
up.
ruin your life. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
getting your ears and your nose and your eyes. Fuck that. Put a net on. You're fine. We didn't have any bugs because it was
bugs.
kind of cold and windy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we were
Smart.
good. It was a fun trip. And then you guys. So
That's it. We had
that's
dinner.
a cool day. What'd you guys have for dinner that night?
Meatloaf?
Yo, what?
It was, dude, it was banging.
Meatloaf is sick.
It was meatloaf?
Okay.
What an insane meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was meatloaf,
Slathered in,
barbecue sauce,
caramelized,
Yeah.
with.
mashed potatoes.
And
man,
what
it
was
was
for dessert?
cauliflower.
I have no idea.
We had cheesecake for dessert.
Oh, I did
Score
not eat it.
cheesecake.
So it's basically like your checkout time tomorrow is 5 p.m.
Exactly.
Right?
I wanted to eat more of that meatloaf so bad.
Can I just say something
Yeah,
right now, guys?
same.
Meatloaf lovers?
All those meatloaf
Yeah.
lovers.
But, yeah, obviously.
Check out our meatloaf podcast.
I've talked to a lot of people about
So
this
loaf.
topic.
Yeah.
And I know, like, again,
Rest in peace.
you want to drop off, go ahead, baby. But we're talking meatloaf right now. And
Yeah.
I want to say, I've got a lot of buddies that are like, fuck meatloaf. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
You know what?
It's a
Fuck
burger.
them.
It's a burger loaf.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a burger
Throw some
in
bre-
loaf form.
throw
You can
some bread
slice
on
up.
either end.
Fuck yeah.
Can I make a little anecdote?
I think that's what this whole show has been. This was just one.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I told these two, you laughed. I grew up thinking meatloaf was a rabbit because in Lithuanian, my native language, meatloaf is the word zoikis, which literally translates to rabbit.
Damn, shout out to all the Lithuanians listening.
Yep.
That's crazy.
There aren't
man.
any.
There's no
Hey, you
rabbit.
don't know that, man.
Yeah, you don't know that, man.
I don't know that. Yeah.
We are actually pretty big in Lithuania.
You know, apparently there's
Much
really
like
good.
Chums
There's really
is big
good.
in Japan.
There's really good
apparently.
pike fishing in Lithuania.
I know. I've seen the photos.
Whoa.
No, there is.
mama.
There is.
But so yeah, I used to think it was a rabbit that
Yeah.
we were eating, and then I started thinking like, this is a
No, it's just
big old,
it's just
big old rabbit
it's
filled
just
with
beef,
ketchup
ground
and cheese.
beef that's been molded into a loaf. It's great.
Maybe maybe in Lithuania it is, or
It
it,
might be
was
rabbit.
rabbit.
Yeah.
And then
All to say,
Beef.
that's a really cool meal to end
Yeah.
the trip. Some hearty ass loaf of meat. Like, yeah, hell yeah.
It was
then-
good.
And then we
That was good.
passed
After a
out
day of fishing
from
bass.
our meat comas.
Woke up the next day and banged it back to the city.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
launched it.
We
we
also
launched.
forgot to mention that we gassed up our machines at Elk Lake.
Yep.
Just want to point that out.
Your cars?
No.
no.
Yeah, the ATVs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually did mention that.
We did.
Oh, we had a-
No, I didn't hear
And
that.
that's a very cool feature of the resort. But
Hey,
But-
did we mention that we were at Elk Lake Wilderness Resort?
I also filled up in town
Yes, you
just
did.
because I was running low. But it was a great trip, guys. And you know what, boys,
Let's do it again.
my friends, I
That's-
know I'm going to be listening to this cast in 40 years, hopefully. Maybe 20, 30.
in your-
40? You'll be.
in your brain.
Yeah, no,
implant.
you
70,
should like
good.
you
Yeah.
should be
70.
alive.
I
You might
should.
not
No,
be.
you're gonna live
I
it
can
in-
tell you right now,
Bro, you're
I'm a
gonna-
hypochondriac and I'm crazy, and I know I'm going to be dead probably
No,
next
no,
week.
man, you're-
And now that
you're-
I say this, yeah, but stop looking at me like that. Knock
Bro.
on wood.
Honestly, I hope you die.
Your consciousness is your consciousness is just going to exist in like an air fryer or something.
I hope so, baby. If I could
Yo.
put my consciousness into something, it'd be an air fryer.
If in 30 years I can make you into an appliance,
Yeah.
can you, brother?
Brother, I'm
you
either that
be
or a
my air
dishwasher.
fryer?
Mitch,
Yeah.
I need some wings.
Or a dishwasher because I can
No,
clean
that's
and I
too-
can cook. You
No.
could throw a lobster in that thing, and you turn that shit on high for 2 hours.
I've seen people cook a
You got a
lasagna in a dishwasher.
But I'll tell you right now, what I want to say
Throw
is
a
what I
lasagna like those
mean.
people.
What I mean is what I mean.
It was myth busted, bro.
What I mean is, we have these trips together, and I think that this is the thing that we can look back on one day and be like, that was really a special thing.
Absolutely.
That we had a time together, and I know I'm already thinking about it with such fond memories.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, man, I wish we could go back right now.
I know
You
this
know.
has been, fuck me too. I know this has been a very silly cast, and,
Yeah.
and I think that place brings it out in us.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why, like,
charm.
that first Elk Lake trip, we really bonded, like, so many funny moments, like
Yeah.
the Scream Dream, and
Yeah.
just like, and also just like learning how to shoot fishing content.
Yeah.
Like
Learning how to
we were
fish.
like, what the,
Yeah.
we were like, what the, like, I don't know. We brought
Yeah.
like one We brought
was still
one
very green.
camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
That
sounds like
time.
it was super fun.
And
Yeah, I was
and-
shooting at the time.
Talk about a joke. Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
But and for every subsequent time, it's just been fun, and
Yeah.
it's just a fun place, and I guess to see it change hands into two people that are kind of
Yeah.
keeping that vibe going
Yeah,
of like
totally.
really just like
Yep.
good times.
Felt
Yeah.
super
Just
welcome.
like, you know what, like really good times.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. And you know what? You go on these trips and you make memories that are important. And it's like, these are the places you do it.
Totally.
You know? And you should just go.
And it's
because
like
it matters.
it's accessible.
It's so fun and easy.
It's so easy.
It's right there.
Just go there right now.
No,
Like, why are you
I'm
listening
fucking
to this?
honestly
listen to this.
doing the podcast after the fact is kind of nice because I'm like, yeah, I fucking want to be there right now. Like it's fun.
I've never had a bad time there.
No,
We've never had bad fishing.
it's just great. It's just great. You know, you look back and just
I would love to go in the winter and do some ice fishing. I think it'd be super fun.
Dude, on the Montreal, we get some ski-doos. Are you fucking kidding me? That would be sick.
It would
We
be
would
sick.
slam
Yeah.
fucking walleye.
Or if
Yeah.
or if we went into Silver Claim and just nuked
Oh my
Blake
God.
all day long.
That would be a 2-day thing, and that's
Yeah.
like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like Silver Claim one day, Montreal the next, and we're
Yeah.
gonna catch fish.
I want to go to Hubert one day.
Well,
No.
Hubert is one of the most beautiful
Hubert
lakes
is-
I've ever been on.
Hubert is-
Nothing's.
Can you remember the first
Man.
time we went there
It looked like
and
a
we
set.
fished Hubert and we were on that island?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
one of the
dude.
best times ever.
It was great.
Big
To this
time.
day, it's like, oh, the smallers are
Huge
just
small-
on.
Huge small.
Yeah, and it's just raining, and we're just catching tanks, and we're like, this is sick.
God.
That
Eat
was sick.
sandwiches. Oh, you'd love Hubert. It's
Yeah, you ate us.
This all sounds really nice.
the island you would love. Yeah. One day.
One day. That'd
There-
be cool,
there's-
man. That
there's-
sounds so
well,
cool.
I think it's a good
Lots
point,
of
Mitch. You
time.
brought it up a couple times. Like, what's cool about doing these adventures at Elk Lake is also like, it is that road we didn't end up going all the way down.
Yeah.
It is the other side of the lake. It is going back
Yeah.
to fish the dam at a
Yeah.
more opportune moment.
Mhm.
It is the proverbial what's around the next bend place.
Totally.
Couldn't
Like,
be more.
You know, and then you go, then
you just couldn't be more.
Yeah.
It's such a nagging feeling. Like
Yeah.
we're at that trailhead.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like we've gone through it. We've moved some trees, and then we just see like 12 trees ahead of us. And we're like, fuck, we need a chainsaw. But
Always
if
bring
we
a
had it,
chainsaw.
and we will next time, what's beyond
Yeah.
that bend?
Yeah.
What's in that lake?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
over there? Like, it's just so.
You don't know what you don't know, brother.
It's
Well, that's it.
tantalizing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
And that's
know?
the thing is it's a totally doable trip for a long weekend. You know, we go to a lot of places that are like 8-10 hours drive, float
Yeah.
plane in. This is like 5.5 hours.
Yeah, but it's just a world of.
Exactly.
It's
You're
just a world
you're in
of
another
what if.
world.
Yeah, like we just happened to decide. Yeah, we'll go fish that lake,
Yeah,
and we hit
exactly.
brookies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. So, anyways, all that's to say, go and explore and go have fun.
Get out of your
And,
house. Go do stuff. Live your life.
Yeah, fucking grab some buddies and go
You only
do
YOLO
something.
once, baby.
You really
You
do.
only Yilma once.
You really
That's
do.
right.
Yeah.
You should really go and do something
You don't
fun.
want to do that.
Drink a bunch of beers. Eat some mushrooms in the forest.
You're
Or
alive now,
don't.
baby.
Do whatever you want.
You're alive now.
Identify them properly first.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah. Do that. I don't condone anything.
I would say don't take
forest.
anyone's advice but mine.
That's right.
My advice is have some fun, baby.
Oh, shit.
No, but go and enjoy.
Oh man.
Anyways, everybody, can I have another beer? Thank you.
Can I? Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we
You're
try
welcome.
something?
Yes.
Kissing?
Thank you, sir.
No, try something new.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Fuck. I don't want to work tomorrow.
Don't
That's
don't
okay.
think about it.
I'm
Don't
not
think
going
about
to
it.
right now. You know what, Yelma? You're right.
You know what, Mitch? I don't think you've been thinking for hours.
I've had just enough beers
that I'm not thinking.
to decide that you're right, Yelma. like I said, I can see
Best
the moon this
podcast
night. It's
ever.
daytime. You know what I'm saying?
You know what we need right now?
So-
Some Bruce.
So Bruce is Aegis' dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we're not gonna do a Mitchie's Fishies 5, and because I know we're not gonna do
We can do that.
Factor Fishy, a friend of ours who actually there's an Elk Lake connection here.
Oh.
A good friend of ours, mine, Ethan Danielis, who actually made all the music for the first Elk Lake
Yeah,
videos, had
yeah.
a really interesting idea, and it's kind of funny,
Yeah.
for a new segment on the show called Mitch Please.
Oh, yeah.
Like bitch please.
Yeah.
Did you get it, Yilma? You're looking at me like, what?
Yeah. No, I
And
wasn't
it's
looking
where-
at you because
it's
of
where,
that.
It's where Mitch has a hot take, and we've got a minute to respond to this hot take.
Yeah.
But it's a fishing hot take.
Fishing hot
Okay.
takes.
Which we kind of already did earlier, which were like, fuck chenille, but it's like something like that.
Because that's what I was wondering. Like, what is? Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Mitch Please.
Mitch,
what does
please.
Mitch please mean? That's what it means.
It's
Okay.
Mitch's hot takes,
All right.
where he says, and like we've already got one.
Mitch, you got like 13 beers in you. You're all fired up.
Yeah.
Give us an opinion. Give us an opinion. Give us a
Yeah.
hot take about
So
a
yeah, this is a new
controversial fishing
segment that we're
topic.
going to try out a couple times. It's called Mitch Please.
Do we all have to say it after he says his piece?
Mitch Please. Yeah.
Well, I got to think of
No,
something.
it's
shit.
like
I don't
it's
know.
like this.
Yeah.
Mitch, please. That's what
I got to
it's
think of something, bro. I
say
got to
it-
think of something.
Yeah, but we say it how we want to.
No,
No,
but
can you say it?
No, but that's
Can you
how
say
it is. Like,
How's
Mitch, please. No, Mitch, please.
Again,
Yeah.
Mitch, please.
I'm trying to think of a take.
No.
No.
it can be anything.
Mitch,
Brookies
please?
are ugly.
Mitch, please. Like that.
Sight fishing for pike isn't that fun.
Okay,
just
so
said
I need like
You know, a hot take. Just a hot take.
Hot take.
A hot take about
Hot
fly
take.
fishing. Like spay rods can burn. I don't know. Like
Mitch, please.
see, it's tough, because I don't know. Like
He's
I'm
not.
pretty-
He's not a.
I mean, we already did a pretty good one, which was the chenille thing. But like,
Do you know what I will say?
Yeah. Okay.
oh, here we go. Mitch,
Okay.
please.
welcome to Mitch, please.
I will say this, and you know what? This came up earlier in the show, but suckers getting a hard hit. People are like, "Oh, suckers, they suck." I have to pee. The idea that people don't like fishing for suckers. What is it about suckers that drives people nuts? Like, I think that it's a fish. Although, to your point, and I know you're gonna have a hot take, because suckers are a native Ontario fish. Not that that matters necessarily, but they're a fish that's existed within this ecosystem. It's not like an invasive species or something. Like, they're a fish.
Yeah.
Why are people against suckers? What is it about suckers? People are like, I don't want to catch that. I don't want to catch a trout. Suckers are cool looking. They
Mitch,
look almost
please.
like they look like white fish. They look like almost like
please.
a sauger, like a walleye, but just different mouth. Yeah. What the heck is going on? Okay.
Mitch, please.
Okay, I'm about to get up here and kick your ass. But you might agree with me.
Yeah.
So I'll wait.
I do agree with you. I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with people when they hate on different types of fish. Like it's
Yeah.
like they just exist. I'm sorry that they exist. Like I don't understand why people hate on jacks in the ocean. I don't understand why people hate on whitefish in Montana. Like, oh, I caught another whitey. I get it. You want to catch a trout, but you know what? That's part of the ecosystem. It's a vital part of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Suckers are a vital part of the northern ecosystem.
Yeah.
Their eggs, man, we know motherfuckers up north that like net suckers. It's like, yo, that's pike food.
Yeah.
It's like these are important parts of the ecosystem.
They're cool looking.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. Red
Yeah.
horse suckers are crazy
They get
looking.
big.
Yeah.
The ones in Attawapiskat were huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people
I don't think we're supposed to agree with you in these segments, but I am going to agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
I don't know. Okay, so I'll play devil's advocate here. I can theorize why people might hate on suckers. Is
Yeah.
because it's like,
This idea of like more like they eat trash.
well, I think it's people don't target them. It's kind of like,
But why?
I don't know why,
Well, think about
but
it. Think about why.
I think we're touching on like a deeper
People,
topic.
I think people think they're bottom feeders.
Yes.
And what
Well,
does
it's
that
like-
mean,
Are they-
bottom feeder?
Are they
because
not?
they're
Isn't
not,
every fish a fucking
Yeah.
bottom feeder to an extent? Smallmouth bass and
I think-
crayfish.
So I think people
Damselfly nymphs come out of the soil. Like,
people enjoy fishing for apex predators, just like people enjoy
I
hunting
like this.
apex
I like
predators.
this.
Yeah.
That's it. I like that. too.
People don't want to people don't want to hunt the thing that is or people do. I mean, they hunt obviously
Right.
deer, all these sorts of things that are foraging, but people don't want to target fish that are just foraging, like carp. People look down on carp fishing, which we didn't know until we went out with Matt Martin that they're buck wild.
yeah.
And hard to catch.
Yeah, it's super hard to catch, extremely technical,
Very challenging.
and same with these suckers that are eating on the surface.
Yeah.
And I've told you guys a bunch. It's like we live right by the Humber. I've seen them 1,000 times eating on the surface. I've thrown random things at them, and it's like other people are like, "Oh yeah, you throw this fly, throw this, do this, try this."
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's like we get all fired up. We see trout eating on the surface. Why don't we care that suckers are eating on the surface?
Yeah.
And I think it's because they're not the apex predator of the ecosystem.
And maybe they're not actually eating on the surface.
I don't know what they're doing, man.
That's the thing.
But they're a mystery.
They're a mystery.
Sarah McLachlan.
And they're still cool.
Oh, mama.
You know what I mean? Yoma, what do you think?
What's your hot take, Yilma?
Having recently netted a beautiful one.
Yeah, I mean, I love catching them because I caught that huge one in BC on Crystal Clear River or Clear River, whatever.
Nice, Mitch.
the old crystal clear river. in
It's literally
BC.
called the Clearwater.
Oh, okay,
Clearwater.
never mind.
Yeah.
I take it
It's
back.
been a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joel.
So, what about them?
What about them,
We're
Yilma?
waiting for Mitch.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
he's-
you're
he's
talking.
sitting right here.
Yeah, and I honestly,
Why do you love suckers? Why do you
Well,
think people hate suckers?
because they're bottom feeders, man. They're
Yeah, but you know what? Bonefish,
Our bottom feeders.
they couldn't
they
be
kind of
more
feel
of
like
them.
bonefish when I hold them. They're nice and like tough
redfish,
like them.
bottom feeders.
Bonefish, bottom feeders.
Carp. bottom feeders.
Bottom feeders is just like, it's such a derogatory, like, you fucking bottom.
But that's the
feeder.
thing. It's like all
Yeah, it's psychological, man.
every-
you know? They're
well, maybe not. I don't know if pike eat on the bottom, but like trout eat on the bottom, right? They eat like shit that's scooting around down there. So we tried to tie up those jig flies, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't know.
I let it's
People
is
be
it a
wilding.
fight?
Maybe.
Because I'll
Maybe.
tell you right now, a brookie does not fight very hard.
No. No, and it's like I think
the suckers that I caught and fought.
yeah, I've swung up a couple suckers, and thought that's a chunk of fish.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That
So,
big one in
Let
BC.
us know, man.
That big
If
one
you're
in
listening to
BC
this,
felt-
send us an email or
Send us an email. Do you like suckers? Are they underappreciated? I don't know if this is a hot take, but it was a good first
You know
try.
what? It's kind of it's not really a hot take.
It's like
but
a
it's kind of a
medium.
hot take because I know people don't appreciate suckers and
If you
carp too. Like that is not really a hot take. That's just a debate that's going
yeah.
on.
If you hate suckers, why do you hate them?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Like
Why
I'm
are
not
you such a sucker?
I'm
Who
not
hurt you?
I'm not being necessarily controversial in this because there isn't a lot of love for suckers or carp.
no.
They
Maybe it's because
are.
we call them suckers.
But you know what though? To your
That probably
point,
is
although
wrong.
like there are fish that's existed up there
yes,
alongside trout and walleye
Yes.
and bass forever.
Ever.
100%.
And they're cool looking and they're beautiful in a different way.
do they taste good?
Yeah, people eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again,
Eric eats them.
yeah, but
there
again,
isn't much he
like the
doesn't
taste.
eat, but
I think the taste of a fish, it's very human of you to say. It's not necessarily like its value.
no, I mean we're sport fishing.
We're catching fish because we're trying to connect with the environment that
Sure,
we're fishing,
yeah.
and those fish are that place,
They are.
and they are that special.
Yeah.
And I think that
So we should stop calling them suckers.
actually,
is what you're
it's a hot
saying.
take for myself. I'm a bit of a
Self hot.
You're
take.
a sucker snob.
I'm a bit of a sucker snob. I'm a bit of a carp snob for some reason, and I don't know why. And I think it's because I grew up in a culture of fishing
Yeah.
where I'm like, oh, I don't catch those trash fish.
Bro, you've taken
They're
the
not
first step
trash
already,
fish.
man.
The hell is a trash fish?
You took the first step.
It's an
already-
animal that
already
exists in
acknowledging
that
your
place.
biases.
Yeah.
Why the hell is it a trash? But it's because I grew up like my grandparents and people, and like
Your
oh,
grandparents?
yeah, man. I have a
granted
recipe
you.
from my great grandfather for carp. You want to know what it is? I think I've said it. Actually, I think it was on this episode, our first episode of Elk Lake. My great grandfather, who my middle name's named after, Ross.
Rebliati.
No, Boyer. And he had a recipe for carp, and it was nail the carp to a shingle, barbecue the carp on the shingle, like you would a plank of wood for a trout or a
Jesus
salmon.
Why the
Christ.
shingle?
Well, it's what you got
Oh,
laying
like
around.
a cedar shingle?
No, yeah, sure. And so you cook it, okay? You
Uh-huh.
make sure you put lemon on it,
Yeah,
you
the
put some
butter
rosemary.
and- yeah. Ooh.
Rosemary's important. Butter, and you cook it up nice.
You're gonna want to put some rosemary
grill
on
it
that
nice.
right now.
Yeah, you want the herbs, you want salt and pepper, you want to season it good.
Uh-huh.
Then you take it off when it's nice and cooked, and you can flake it.
Yep.
And you throw the carp away and you eat the shingle.
Oh, nice, man.
That's a recipe that I was told as a joke. But it's because,
okay.
again, that
All right,
joke
that's a joke.
stems from
That was
the
like a
idea.
Norm Macdonald joke.
yeah.
Like a moth joke.
Yeah.
Takes forever.
Something from Red Green.
It stems from the idea that
And
these
eat
fish
the
are garbage.
shingle.
You can't eat shingles.
Where'd this guy get this
You
joke?
shouldn't eat them.
This is multi-generational,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Like
Steam it.
these fish aren't
Hey, man.
trash.
You
No.
know, I'm proud of you, Mitch,
Thank you.
for you're looking inside yourself now.
You know what? Oh,
Thank you.
I'll go,
Yeah.
I'll go one step further.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I think these fish are a
Fish.
in the water. No, I think these fish are. Fuck! What I'm trying to articulate myself.
Yeah.
I think that they should be a poster child for how if you leave an ecosystem alone, it tends to just take care of itself.
Yep.
Like, nobody's stalking carp. Nobody's
Right.
stalking suckers.
Right.
Or at least not to my knowledge. At least in the north or whatever. No,
Not for sport fishing.
and here's a people do catch them, they do eat them. They are eaten by pike or whatever. They reproduce wildly
Yep.
and they've never had to be stalked. So
Yeah.
if you just leave or manage an ecosystem to
Do its thing.
Yeah.
it'll be fine. Like even if like let's say take brown trout in the Credit River, if you just left them alone,
Yeah.
even though they're not wild or native, they're wild and naturalized.
Yeah.
We pat ourselves on the back for stalking like 50,000 yearlings or whatever. It's like, well, that's like kind of the work of like a handful of females.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, so maybe we should care about them more in that regard. It's like, hey, look at these fish that we leave alone and look how many there are.
Yeah.
If we even do 50% of that to the fish we care so much about, care so much about.
Yeah. Totally.
Like, we've made heroes out of steelhead, but, you know, what do we do for them?
Yeah.
Nothing.
time.
Nothing
What do we
really.
do? Yeah,
Like,
No, literally nothing.
so like, yeah, you look at these other fish that are left alone because they're, quote, trash.
Yeah.
But really, it's just like, look what happens when you leave a species alone. It tends to just succeed. You
So
know?
we could learn from the suckers.
We
is what
can
you're saying.
learn from the trash fish.
Yeah.
Much
Learn.
like, I don't know, I
Like
much-
regular trash, learn
Yeah.
from the trash.
learn from the trash.
Yeah.
Learn
That's
from
the-
Oscar
that's
the
the-
Grouch.
That's the takeaway from this podcast. Learn from trash.
And we're definitely trash.
Learn from us or don't.
Well,
You-
cheers to that, eh?
Cheers to the sucker.
Yeah.
Cheers to the sucker boys.
I think that, yeah, they're cool. You know.
All right, that seems like a good.
Well, we definitely covered ground here.
Yeah.
and,
We definitely
we've got
did.
Almost a 2-hour show for y'all to listen to.
Yep.
And,
And if you
again,
made it to the sucker,
yeah, if you made it
point.
here, thank you so much for listening because
Yeah.
we really appreciate it. We
Yeah.
know we kind of meandered and we
That's
talked
all
about
right.
Elk Lake, but of course we had our moments and
Yeah.
well, we appreciate that. We hope that
Yeah.
you did too. And if you're not listening, well, it doesn't matter. I can't tell you off. But I think that's happy New Year to everyone listening, and that's it from me, Mitch, and I just
Yeah, it was nice seeing you, man.
yeah, you too, man. Aldo.
Have a safe commute home.
Yeah, Yelma,
See you later.
and we got Aldo here, who's he's ready to go.
He's updating his Facebook.
Yeah, thanks, Mitch. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks, obviously, to Mallory and Jason up at Elk Lake Wilderness Resort. And if you want to book with them, which we all think you should,
Yeah.
it's elklakewilderness.com. And you can find them on Instagram at Elk Lake Wilderness.
There goes the chair. Finally took a chair,
bro.
Yelma almost fell.
Yelma almost
Chair
fell.
broke.
So elklakewilderness.com, at Elk Lake Wilderness on Instagram, and obviously the links will be in the show notes. Yeah, thanks, guys. It was another
Yeah.
great trip. Love
Yeah,
you
it
guys.
was fun.
Good times.
Love you guys
Let's
too.
go places more.
You know what? I think we will.
All right.
And you know
Right
what?
now?
It's been 5-6 years since we recorded that last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
What a time it's been, eh, Yelma?
Hey, come on now.
I think a time
It's
will.
been a time, yeah.
Thank you so much for listening, and that's it. Take care.
All right, TTYL.
Comb your hair.